All right, there we go. Goodness gracious. No, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to leave that right where it is. Okay. Let's move this over here. Well, it's not showing anyway. Just forget it. Hi, guys. Your girl tried to get the stream to come from the laptop, you know, but YouTube is fucking up. It's fucking up. But this time, I am sounding the alarm. And like I said before, we're always going to start these streams off with music. So with that being said, I'm going to wait for everyone to get their asses up in here because we need to talk about these motherfucking energy thieves. Okay. If you're ready for your reading tonight, leave a like, leave a like, leave a like. If you know you love Mr. Lotus Slide. Hey. Well, that song is very fitting. If you guys couldn't hear the words, it says, I don't know why you want to treat me this way. And we already covered in the previous reading all of these energies that we have been picking up on, our process of us leveling up, us having to sift through the madness to create some kind of order into our lives once again. And the process within itself requires us to use discernment, to have a keen eye, to call a spade when we see that that spade is in fact a motherfucking spade. And the title of this reading today is Energy Thieves Are Lurking. Okay. And so I chose the song I chose for today. Everybody that's just joining us, be sure to leave a like and be sure to go back and listen to that damn song because the message is very clear. I don't know why you want to treat me this way. Now, we've already covered how we felt like that for so long with everyone that we have, now released, walked away from. Everyone that we have dismissed. Okay. And as we are going through this process of leveling up, not only does it have requirements for us, but it has requirements for those around us and how they choose to respond to our choices, who we are, what we stand for, what we believe, what we feel, what we think, how we operate. It forces those around us that have remained stagnant in their lives and have chosen to blame other people rather than holding their own selves accountable. It now brings us to realize who's in our corner and who's not. It also exposes who never was. Because during our process of leveling up, the requirements of those around us are not just limited to how they choose to react, how they choose to respond. It also requires others to challenge us, to test us, to remind us that we do not base our lives on other people's approval or from the validation of others, period. In the past, we may have been defined by other people's perceptions of us. We may have allowed ourselves to become an insecure being because we chose to internalize, to listen to put stock in the perceptions of those around us and even the rejection of those around us. We doubt ourselves because others have chosen not to remain in our lives, because others have chosen to turn their backs on us along our journey as we are making changes, bettering ourselves, improving our lives. Once we see past the pain of all of that, we realize that the people that we've had surrounded around us have only served a purpose, but in a temporary way. And what I mean by that is most people don't come into our lives to stay. Most people will not reciprocate what we give to them, no matter how many times we try to show them that we love them, that we're in their corner. Other people will not like us leveling up, even if they don't even know us. Trust me, I run into a lot of those people that I'll never see again, making a big deal about what I'm doing and how I'm looking and, minding my own fucking business as per usual. Other people don't like that. Other people don't like to have their very limited mindsets, it completely tears down the illusions that they are living in, remaining in. Let me fix this chat real quick so I see everyone's messages. Hey, you guys. And I'm sorry I'm not speaking to you guys individually yet, but just give me a moment. Y'all know I get distracted. Look, I know I get distracted, but I will say this. Regardless of who rejects us, the strangers with the dirty looks, pointing, whispering in people's ears like we're back in high school, Friends switching up on us, gossiping with other people, other mutual friends. People in your family that have appeared to be in your corner, but really their actions show that they're not. Regardless of all of that, we must realize that those requirements of all of those around us, of them having to object to what we're doing, having to challenge who we are, why we do the things we do, question us, trigger us. And that's the trigger word, trigger. The word of the day today is trigger. There are people lying in wait. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if we know them or not. They are coming full force. The higher we rise, the more we invest in ourselves, the more our lives start to shift into a positive direction, the more snakes want to come out. It's like being in the middle of the ocean. And I used this before. We are surrounded by sharks waiting to devour us, looking for someone wounded, looking for someone who wants to heal the world, wants to help, wants to take care of those around them. The word wounded brings me to who we all are deep down inside. And by who we all, I mean the Lotus squad. I mean people that probably haven't even realized that they're about to be in the Lotus squad, but they just haven't found us yet. Even those people, the Lightworkers. Those that want to make a difference in the world. All of us will be challenged. All of us will be confronted with darkness, with energy thieves, complainers, and energy drainers. If we choose to look at it as a test, because that's what it is, we will prevail and we will continue to conquer our obstacles and those who try to put obstacles in our paths. We will never be able to hide our light. Even if we try, light workers, it's not going to work. Because this is a spiritual thing. It goes deeper than just the 3D. It goes deeper than just this physical realm. It goes deeper than just this dimension. Universal law is involved with this. Spiritual warfare is involved with this. There are people surrounding us, stranger, friend, foe, or otherwise, lover, who have decided to give up and not fight for the light. They have chosen to succumb to the darkness that they themselves may have been subjected to or may have subjected their own selves to, which we're going to get into in a minute. Self-imposed misery and problems. But these people have succumbed to the darkness, therefore opening themselves up for dark entities, reptilians, lower vibrational beings, demonic beings. They are leaving themselves open to possession. They are leaving themselves open to becoming a flesh vessel, basically, for these dark entities, reptilians. Because they have chosen to live a life of darkness, because they have chosen not to rise above. When they see someone else doing so, they are threatened by that. They are shaken by that. Their illusion of how perfect they may think or pretend that they are, that illusion becomes shattered. That illusion is now destroyed. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with your looks, how beautiful you are to others. It's about the spirit. This is spiritual now. The lower vibrational entities and their role in our ascension and our leveling up is to try and deplete us as much as possible. They will not stop until they have basically turned you into them or turned you into a host for their parasitic agenda. Some people choose to stay comfortable being that host. But they'll smile in your face and maybe they do mean well. Maybe they really do want to change. Maybe some part of them really does want to do right by the world. But because they have allowed themselves to remain right where they've always been, because they choose to do nothing, say nothing, stand for nothing, they become a tool for us light workers. It becomes a tool against us by using these weak-minded, closed-minded, fearful, insecure people to try and attack us, try and deplete us. And sometimes we may wonder, why am I attracting this? And you know how some people say, oh, well, maybe there's something about you that's attracting them. Maybe there's something that... Okay. On one hand, that could be, you know, a legitimate point. But on the other hand, as we are in this category, on the other hand, we are ascending. We are focusing on bettering ourselves. So why do we continue to attract this energy? We are targets. We will be targeted as we are rising up. See, the reason why I'm talking about this before we get into this collective reading, and keep in mind, these readings will no longer be dated, because I realize that readings that I did back in 2017 are very relevant now. So from now on, this is for everyone. And this is coming directly from the divine, my guides. I came here to remind you guys, we are targeted because we are choosing to rise above. We are targeted because we choose to speak our truth. We are targeted because we choose to make our lives better, to rise above what we may have been subjected to. We chose to rise above the darkness. We chose to shine our light regardless of who tries to dim it. We move forward fearlessly, unashamed and unapologetic of who we are and who we are becoming, and even who we have been. We are at a place in our lives where we have reached a deep spiritual healing within our cores. And those that have chosen to do nothing to reach that point in their own lives, they will try to cut us down. They will try to distract us or frustrate us or cause irritation or just to ruin your day. That is their source of satisfaction. That is their source of perceived light. But see, what they don't realize is self-deception is unbecoming. And we are now moving past self-deception. And maybe once upon a time, we may have attracted those of our past who have hurt us, turned away from us, even our family members. We could have been there for a long time, but we have decided to make a difference And not just in our own lives, but those that we love, those that love us back for once. Those that show us that we are valued, respected, understood, heard, protected. Now we are taking away from those that have decided to steal from us, i.e., energy thieves are lurking. They're lying in wait for us to slip up. And there were a couple songs that came to mind. One of them was Stay Woke. I don't know if that's the title of the song, but I believe it's by Childish Gambino, if I'm not mistaken. It was used in the movie Get Out. That came to mind. Just listen to the words. The message is there. It's loud and clear. Another song that came to mind was Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem. Haven't heard that in so many years. Probably over 10 years. We have decided to clear out the skeletons that we may have had in our closets while other people are still trying to scramble to conceal them. While others continue to stay trapped in that little tiny room, never having the courage to venture outward to see something differing from what they choose to believe, what they choose to convince themselves of. The illusions. Some people are happy with not knowing, not being woke, not understanding. They're comfortable with being told what to do, i.e. 9 to 5s. You get up at the same time every day, or you get up, you have a schedule, you got to report to so-and-so, you got to do this, you got to do that. You probably get, some of you may have been treated like shit by certain bosses that knew that they had the power to do so and it wouldn't fall back on them, but you're the lowly employee that they could easily replace, and they constantly reminded you of that. Even in our relationships, we may have felt that way. Now we're at the point where we are not settling anymore, and we're not going to stay silent. So use your voice as light workers. Use your voice as empaths. Call a spade a spade. Walk away if you need to. If you know that the explanation is just not going to, it's not going to affect how you feel about the situation, then you don't need to say anything. If you know that the person's not going to be receptive or understanding, then decide not to say anything at all and continue along your merry way. But for me, I like to clarify how I feel. I like to get it out when I need to get it out. And I do so in a diplomatic way most of the time. But sometimes you've got to show your teeth too, because it is a dog-eat-dog world. These energy thieves are real. These spirit jumpers are real. There are those that are meat puppets for these demonic people. And we forget that. In everyday life, we forget that. Every day is a spiritual battle. Every day is a chance to continue to demonstrate our faith, demonstrate our strength. You know, lately I've been noticing a lot of people, especially when you're doing good and you're happy and, you know, you're looking good, feeling good, smelling good, you know, everything is good. You're not even like entertaining the trolls, you know, like everything is smooth. We're meditating, you know, smoking a blunt and shit. Doing whatever to take care of our business, you know, make ourselves fulfilled for once. And I noticed that a lot of people, and especially the ones that you already know, they are the first ones to try and come at you just to bring you right back down to their sorry ass, miserable ass, pathetic ass level. There are a lot of people I've been noticing complain over and over and over. It's like every time you talk to them or every time you see them, they're complaining about something. But then when you start to ask the right questions and you start to try and understand like what the problem is, so you can maybe try and help them solve it, or, you know, maybe just be moral support or what have you. You try and give them something positive and they reject it. People impose their own negativity. People manifest their own demons. For example, this is going to be a miniature story time, you know, but my example, I noticed a few people that, you know, I used to kick it with from a long time ago. You know, it's tough to get rid of these people because, you know, you share so many nice moments, even through the bad. But what I noticed and what made me realize that the timing of the friendship, the length of the friendship is not defining the strength of the friendship. Because one thing I noticed when I started this journey with this channel, that's when it all came out. Parents started acting funnier. You know, they were already acting funny. Now they're acting funnier. They're acting so damn funny, they got their own motherfucking Netflix stand-up special, right? And you got your friends, you know, y'all were probably chilling every day. Y'all were talking every day, you know. You may have shared your dreams, your visions, sharing your excitement, you know, just wanting to share it with someone. And they always seem to come up with some shit to make you feel down, or they may change the subject to be about them, or they may complain. They just come over to gossip all the time, never having any substance within their conversation. They don't even have small talk. They'd rather just come around when they need somebody to save them. They may come around when they need somebody to pick up the pieces that they themselves perpetuated. And the example I'm using is the person I considered, you know, somewhat close to me. You know, they've been around for a long time, you know, and they didn't really ever do me wrong. You know, they didn't really ever stab me in the back. So I figured, why get rid of them? You know, everything's great. But at every turn, every time we linked up, there was always some crisis going on in this person's life. They blow their money on weed, buying grams of dro or 2 grams almost every day, but then complaining that they don't have any money, complaining they don't have any gas. They jump into impulsive buys with vehicles, but they don't have their own place. Now their vehicle's becoming a money pit because one thing after another is happening. Now they're complaining about that, but they themselves got it impulsively without thinking about the long term, without looking at the gas mileage, without looking at the model, without looking at the long term. They just want to showboat. They want to feel better than everybody else. So they use things. But then when they get these things, they feel like they become slaves to these things. Right? They're just so materialistic, they become slaves to it. But yet they're so shiny, right? You know? Just glittering. You know, they got the fucking glittering shit, you know, pixie dust. But then when they look at it and they size it up and they analyze the value or lack thereof, they realize that you spend all this money and where is it going? You're just pissing it away, smoking it away, drinking it away, trying to impress people that don't give a fuck about you and only want what you have to give them. Give them rides, give them this, give them that, share what you got. But yet they feel superior still somehow. They cause their own issues or choose, again, going back to the doing nothing about their own problems that they themselves have imposed on themselves. Then they have the nerve to turn around and try and look at us while we're trying to level up. They have the nerve to try and turn around and make it seem like they're the victim. But then when you ask them, well, why don't you do this? Or how much is this? Or why don't you do this? You know, throwing out suggestions, trying to be helpful, supportive, you know, you care. You're giving a shit, right? You're genuinely giving 2 shits. Then they take those 2 shits and they fucking throw it back in your face. Because then you find out that they're doing nothing to fix their situation. They're still buying weed and continuing to go about life as though these problems that they continue to complain about have no solution. But really, if they would shut the fuck up for long enough and stop trying to show out to everybody else and stop trying to silently compete with everybody else and get real and actually take action to fix their issue, to solve it, to say, okay, I have this problem. How can I fucking fix it? But no, they want to, call you up, or they want to blindside you and hit you up on Facebook. Hey, how are you? And then you say, oh, I've been good. How are you? As the conversation should go. But that was all a plot or a ploy to get you in to listen to their fucking sob story. Or people will try and make you call them, or, make it seem like something is really detrimental that's happening in their lives, and they're crumbling, and they just don't know what to do, and they're ready to give up, and they're ready to hurt themselves, and all of this, and telling you everything that's going on and not letting you get a word in because it's just going on and on and on. It's like one long run-on sentence as they're gossiping, as they're, woe is me, fucking routine. Cry Me a Fucking River by Justin Timberlake looking ass. Okay. These people crying up oceans. I'm sure the Pacific Ocean is nothing but actual tears from the complainers and the energy thieves and drainers. It probably is. But because they choose to do nothing, nothing changes. And even though they may have done no wrong to us directly, we must realize, again, it's spiritual now. Or rather, it's always been spiritual. This is a war. They're out to take your soul. They'll use anybody that you know. Because they know the reptilians, the dark entities, these dark demonic beings that choose to destroy, pervert, distract, confuse, anger, and incite fear. These entities feed on these lower level emotions. Anger, sadness, frustration, irritation, even sexual intercourse, especially when it's with people that you don't love. Now, I don't judge those that like to have a good time and do their thing. We're all adults here. There's no reason for judgment. But just keep in mind, it's spiritual. Who you give your body to, they could have a damn spirit on them. Especially if they're going around doing whatever the hell they want to do with everybody that they've ever met. Damn near. Especially if people are more materialistic and focused on this realm, this plane, the 3D, basic ass thinking. Who we surround ourselves with is what we become. And with all these people trying to steal our energy, they have chosen to continue to stick around this energy. They have chosen to continue to give access to said energy. We must be careful. We must be vigilant. Because they are trying to take your shit. They're trying to take your soul. It goes beyond just even energy. They're trying to be fed. Just like a narcissist. When you go no contact, you stop feeding them. Stop feeding that demon. Gray rock them. Act like you never even met him. Even if you see him in public years later or later on down the line, act like you don't see him. You've never met him. If they even approach you, just say, oh, I'm sorry. Who are you? I'm sorry. Actually, I can't talk to you. I have priorities to take care of. So I'm sorry. I don't know who you are, but I hope you have a nice day, bitch. Okay? Have a great fucking day, okay? And just handle it like that. Act like you don't know who the fuck they are. Just act. And if you got to practice in the mirror, like, your pretend face, you got to be like, when somebody comes up to you, oh, I know you, just be like, oh, I'm sorry. I think you have me confused with someone else. I have to go. I'm sorry. Please don't fucking touch me. And please stop fucking looking at me because I don't know who you are. Okay? When they contact you, when they text you, when they call you from numbers that if you call it back, it says it's disconnected. Because I had that happen to me recently. If you get ghost profiles adding you with no picture, no posts, no mutual friends, no about me section, don't even respond to it. Just block it. When it's face to face, just do your best to not absorb that energy impasse. Because these people cause their own problems. And they are also the reason why those problems are not resolved. And they're looking to other people to get sympathy. And that is a manipulation tactic within itself. And it's not just narcissists that use that type of manipulative tactic. They will swear up and down that the damn universe is conspiring against them and that they've done everything that they possibly could to make things right and to fix this and that and the third. But when you really look at their lives, when you really start to ask the right questions and figure out how you can solve it with them, and you start to see that they're not even listening to, any suggestions you're making, or they're not even trying to come up with their own, they're not even trying to, get down to the bottom of why everything is happening the way it is in their lives, They gave up their power and control, but they want to steal it back by stealing our power and control through our attention, through our sympathy, through our empathy, through our will to change and better ourselves, through our knowledge and wisdom, through our experiences that we use to rebuild ourselves. They are thieves. And these thieves will come in the form of everyone that you knew, strangers, people on YouTube comments, in the gaming community, if you're using a damn mic, at the grocery store, at the gas station, you trying to get you some sour Skittles and, people just hating. For what? I'm that important that you have to position yourself to make it known to the world that you got a fucking problem. I wouldn't have even noticed you had I not looked at your curled up, chapped ass lips, trying to snarl at me and sneer at me while I'm doing what the fuck I need to do for me. We're going to put that back. Do not allow these people to steal what it is. And that is so funny. Y'all saw me put it back? I just wanted to see what would happen. And it came back out. I like to test the cards sometimes. But you know what? What I have shared with you today, some people could view it as, oh my God, she's so negative. Why is she talking about everything? No. I'm exposing those that hide in darkness. I'm exposing those that choose to use those around us. Even malfunctions with our technology, even little hiccups in our travel plans, little hiccups in our progress in our day-to-day tasks, little hiccups in us finishing a project. They want us to give up. They want us to stop. Just like last time when I did my stream. Remember how I did my stream last time? Now, y'all, my streams have been smooth. Everything was good for a while. Everything was great. And all of a sudden, we come out of Mercury retrograde, and we enter the shadow period, which by tomorrow, it'll be completely done with. And by tomorrow, we will have that new moon in Aries, which we will talk about then. But the point is, as we're moving away from that, things still tend to crop up. People decide to be difficult, over simple matters that would help everyone involved. I could use another little miniature story time with that. So my slumlord, for example, My slumlord, I explained to him, these are the requirements and the documents that I need from you in order to receive the financial assistance so that I can pay off what I owe, right? Now, usually anybody that's logical and that has sense, and I love this world card here, while I pause. We'll talk about this in a minute. I'll put this aside. Now, one with some level of, intelligence, someone in their right state of mind would think, oh, okay, this person's trying to pay what they owe. They're requesting such and such documentation. Let me go ahead and give it to them, right? One would think that that would be just one of the obvious responses of a logical person, that is. This slumlord decided to challenge me by saying, after he answered the phone, mind you, oh, I can't talk right now, while I was trying to explain everything. If you couldn't talk, bitch, then why the fuck did you answer your phone? So based off of your actions, you have time to talk. You just don't want to talk about what I'm talking about with you today. You just want to create problems just to create problems, because I'm working with you. I'm trying to pay you back because technically I don't have a lease. This is a privately owned building. My credit is unaffected. No broken lease. So I could have dipped a long fucking time ago and skirted off and not even gave it a second thought. But I'm going out of my way to try and pay off my debts because I know that that's what I should do. I always am thankful for the help that he has given me, and the time that he has given me to take care of my business, get back up on my feet. I've always expressed that to him whenever I've fallen behind. I've never fallen this behind, but in the past, I've always paid him back for it. The reason why I'm explaining this is because in his response, not only did he hang up on me as I was trying to explain everything, but when I texted the information, because I don't give a fuck, you can hang up. I'm going to send you a couple texts. I'm going to blow your shit up. I'm going to blow it up so much that you're going to have to turn your shit off on purpose. Oh, you don't want to listen? Okay, well then read then, bitch. So I kept sending him all the information that I would need, why it was required. I didn't hear from him until today about what needed to be done and what we're going to do about that. But just mind you, staying in the story time, he was making it a point to say, oh, I'm doing you a favor. This isn't helping me. When, let's dissect that for a second. Yes, it would be helping you because you are receiving money for it that you are owed, rather than me skipping out and leaving your ass with nothing, right? So the favor that you've given to me, I am working hard to pay you back for that. So now you're acting like you've done me a favor and that it's a problem that you need to put a little effort, send some information in. Then he tries to belittle me and my intelligence, telling me that you should have had this then, or you should have had that then. Okay, listen, I submitted the documents that was asked of me when it was asked of me. At this moment, because I have gone up to the facility and I have signed my end of the documentation, I have sent in and submitted my end of the documentation. Now you must do your part. I'm finding out about what I need from you now. There's steps to this shit, right? So that was another thing that looked dumb to me. It's like, okay, I mean, you're trying to insult me and make it seem like I'm the one waiting until the last minute to ask for documentation. Then he tried to basically make it seem like, it was unimportant. Basically, I felt like he didn't believe what I was saying. And maybe he's dealt with some people that have lied to him and burned him in the past. I completely understand that. But see, you get your answers through someone's action. And I'm showing you, I'm telling you, I'm giving you each time I've had to take care of something, I've let him know. I haven't just sat and said nothing. So he knows. But you're coming at me as though I'm doing nothing to pay you back. You're acting as though I've never thanked you for you allowing me to have this time to get back on my feet. And you act like I am, again, inconveniencing you when I'm not. I'm trying to get you your money. So at that point, I'm not going to lie, I was frustrated. I was upset. I was stressed. I was fearful. And then I came to the realization that, honey, that's outside of your control. So either, I was coming up with other alternatives. Either you figure out what you need to do now, just in case this, and this happens, thinking of all the outcomes and trying to come up with solutions. I preoccupied my mind with how can I resolve this? How am I going to move everything? I've been looking for places, I've been proactive. And I chose not to feed that frustration. I chose not to feed into what he was trying to send me through his hostile communication. We'll put it like that. Unnecessarily hostile communication. That's more fitting. So I heard from him today. And he said, because of the sensitive information that is required of him, i.e., social security number, things like that, he said that he would reach out to the agency and was asking for their number. Now, he could have just did that yesterday. He could have just asked for the number. He could have, and this could have been taken care of today. But instead, now it's delayed because you chose to have an attitude about something that you didn't need to have an attitude about. You chose to make something so simple be a lot more complicated than it needed to be. Then he had the nerve to say that the agency is helping you as well. And I am too. Just as a reminder to beat it in my head that, he's helping, which no one is disputing that. No one has disregarded that. And I've already acknowledged that and thanked you and expressed my gratitude. So I said, you know what, slumlord? Okay. Please stop trying to make things difficult for me. I have already expressed my gratitude for the generosity and the compassion that you have showed by allowing me to have a home and not be out on the streets with nowhere to go. I have always expressed my gratitude about that, slumlord. But by you making things difficult in this way, now it's causing everyone to be held up. It's causing problems where there should have never been any. All because you won't do your part. And then I gave him the number and I said, this is the name of the association. This is who you need to speak to. She will tell you the very same thing that I'm telling you now. Contact me when that information has been submitted. Thanks in advance. So rather than, reacting emotionally, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just tell them the real, but diplomatically. Look, I already said thank you to your funky ass. I already am doing my part. The person that's not doing theirs is you. Okay, so you need to talk to yourself about you should have had this then or you should have had that then. Well, you should have said or asked for the number yesterday rather than today. So everything that you're telling me should be told to yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of energy that we're going to be surrounded around as we are leveling up, as we are ascending. That's just a little example. I've had a couple of people that I've known for forever, They continue to have the same problems because they continue to do the same things. They continue to wallow in sadness, self-pity, woe is me attitude, but yet they allow all of the things that happen to them. They allow all of it. And they also do nothing to change it. They also decide not to say anything of substance and of value to help rectify these issues. But yet they're the first to complain. They're the first to point the finger. They're the first to make it something that it's not. And to try and get you or us, Lightworkers, empaths, to feel for them and to expend our energies, waste our empathic nature on those that do not deserve it. So be vigilant. Now, let's get into this damn reading. Look, an hour later, looking ass. I had to get that out. I had to. For those of you that missed the music intro, y'all needs to come check your girl's channel. Also, side note, there was something else about that notification bell that I haven't been elaborating on. When you hit the subscribe button, you will not always be notified. So that's why notifications don't go out. Even if you hit that bell, it doesn't say all notifications. When you hit that bell, you have to wait for the screen to pop up to say all notifications, occasional notifications, or there was another option under that, but that one doesn't matter. If you want to receive all of my notifications, you have to select all notifications after you hit the bell. If it does not work on your phone, or if that option does not pop up on your phone, then use your desktop, use a laptop. Go to my channel, unsubscribe, subscribe again, hit the bell, wait for that window to pop up to say all notifications, occasional, or the third one. Of course, you would choose all notifications. Also, I will usually be live, especially for these collective messages. I will usually be live between the hours of 4 p.m. Central Time to about maybe 8 or 9 at the latest Central Time. That is my range. I have different things to do, you know, on different days. So rather than having a set time, between those hours, you guys can look out for my streams. If I don't stream, I'll usually post in the community tab or make a little, you know, post to everyone letting them know, hey, this is when I'll be back live, or, you know, whatever I need to let you guys know. Now, officially back into the reading. Okay, finally. And thank you so much to y'all that have listened. And also, I haven't seen anyone's comments yet. Maybe I should look at that real quick. I don't want to be rude. But if there's anyone that wanted a one-question reading, especially to those of you that are just now joining, then just be sure to let me know here in the chat. If you want to do it through Super Chat, you can do it through the little $ underneath the chat box. If you do not see the $20 option, then I would suggest doing the $24.99 just to be fair. Or if you would prefer using PayPal and you're more comfortable with that, my paypal.me is always in the description box below. So you can just back out of the live chat, go in the description box, and my information, all of my information, everything you'll ever need, my website to book readings, and so on, will be in the description box below in every video. Okay? Now, with everything that we have already tapped into, I see that the shift within ourselves is really starting to shake things up. And that goes back to our requirements of our level up, as well as the requirements of those around us. And it shakes up not only our lives, but theirs as well, for good or for bad. And now, with this beautiful ass world card, it's funny because it didn't fly out, but when I saw it, I knew it was for us. Because the 3 of Wands I mean, look at this. We are looking at our future. We are looking at how we can move forward. We're waiting for our dreams to manifest. We are waiting to see results and success to come from our efforts and our action. Hey, Cynthia, baby girl, I'll go ahead and write that down, okay, sweetie? And if you don't mind, you'll be getting a double reading anyway, but if you don't mind, I will do all of the one question readings after I finish this, okay? Now, as we are looking onward to our future, rather than looking back at the past, because this could easily be that, if we make it that, but we are making it into a masterpiece. You know, when you're painting and as you're, just starting, it looks like a complete mess. But as you continue to work on that, invest in that, pour your heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears, time, and passion into that painting, it becomes a masterpiece. And we're about to Vincent Van Gogh the fuck away from all of the turbulence of our pasts. We are making the mess that was made in our lives because of our past. We are making it into a masterpiece. Sometimes things have to get messy before we can make it into something beautiful. And I feel like with this Three of Wands as well, we are realizing that. In quiet contemplation, I was trying to mix both of those words up. Contemplation. In quiet contemplation, we are able to visualize before these ships even come in, before these moves are already made, before we finish that video, before we finish that painting, before we take that class, before we, whatever it is that we are doing, we are visualizing, we are planning, we are brainstorming, we are budgeting, we're writing things down. That way we have a clearer idea of not only how much resources we will need to do what we need to do, but we will see how we can execute these ideas and give birth to them, basically. We start to see our ships come in when it comes to seeing our success, when it comes to making these big moves, because with the world combined with this Three of Wands, not only is it a lifestyle change, but it's a complete overhaul. And hey, baby Tarina, I'll take down yours too as well, babe. And guys, be sure to put your sun sign as well. These two combined. And yes, thank you, you guys. I haven't been saying thank you to those. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. With these two together, we are starting to see that all of our efforts have not been all for naught. It hasn't been wasted efforts. Money starts to come in and flow in through all of these creative things that we are doing, through these moves that we are making, through these shifts in consciousness, in energy, in frequency, and all of the above. All of the delays that we have been dealing with through that entire damn month of Mercury retrograde. We are finally starting to see things move forward at an accelerated rate. We are closing the door to the past and walking through the one that's open, welcoming us into our future, into success, into something much greater than even we may have visualized. Hope, you sent yours through PayPal? Okay, sweetie, I'll take care of that. Thank you so much, you guys. That's awesome. See the success? See that? What? Lotus squad. Thanks, guys. If you guys were anticipating a move, anticipating if things would go well, anticipating if you would even find something that you would fall in love with, if you were anticipating where your efforts were going or where your dreams, your goals were going, where your life is going, now you have more of a direction, a clearer sense of not only where you're going, but how you're going to get there. And you even have a plan B and a plan C. It's always good to have all three plans. Hell, if you can make plans up to the letter Z, bitch, plan it all. Because if one doesn't work, one of them's got to. And I feel like we are improvising when we need to. We are being creative and imaginative when we need to. We are moving on from this energy here. Any family, any romantic relationships, any friendships, any living situations, even workplace, where no one is wanting to compromise, where no one is wanting to work together and collaborate and be cooperative, where no one is wanting to hear the other one out in order to have not only an understanding, but an understanding. We are walking away from all of this because we see that it will not manifest into anything good anyway. And because of these people's transgressions, and they're choosing to not listen, they're choosing to not work with us, simple and plain. They're choosing to pretend not to know what we're saying or choosing not to care. We're leaving this behind. And these people are not fortunate. Someone's going to end up, especially to those that have put us in a third-party situation. We're not hurting over that anymore. If we were in the first place, that is. Because some of us probably didn't even, maybe it was a shock initially to find out what was going on underneath our noses and behind our backs. But we are empowered now. And we are happier. We realize more so that the problem was not stemming from us, as all of these people would like to make us believe. So we're not focusing on that anymore. Someone could be losing their home because of the things that they have done to wrong us, or because of their interference, their negative influence. And earlier I saw the death card. I don't have it here, but it's funny because I'm hearing that I need to address it, especially now. I see some Scorpio energy coming in. I see Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Leo. If we are dealing with these signs, even Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here, if we are dealing with these signs, we are telling them to hit the door. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. You little bitch, what you say? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Because I'm wielding my sword, baby. And if you're bleeding a little bit, you better get up out of my motherfucking presence. Because ain't nobody got no Neosporin and Band-Aids over here, okay? Ain't nobody got sympathy and empathy for your ass. Because I'm not, look, you're not reciprocating it. I'm not going to bite my tongue to make you feel comfortable anymore. I'm not going to sit around and wait for things to change anymore. I'm not going to continue to have these same cyclical arguments with you when you know that the first time you make a mistake, it's a mistake. All the times after that, it's a motherfucking choice. And we're going to tell them that. We're going to tell them that we see that. We're going to call a spade when we see the motherfucking spade. Because we've been through hell and back many, many times. And Satan couldn't even tear us down. So we're going to make it known that we don't appreciate the audacity behind them trying to defeat us. Who do they think they are? God has got me, and I have got God. That's really all we need, to be real with you. That's what I feel like she would say. She would say, honey, if you coming at me with some weak ass, watered down game, I'm going to serve it right back to you on a paper plate, bitch. And I'm also going to analyze right in front of you why your shit is weak as hell. We're going to let you know it ain't working. So you might as well stop trying, because you tried a couple of times and you failed every single time. So it would be in not only my best interest, but your best interest to stop fucking wasting everybody's time. Stop embarrassing yourself. We see right through your lies. We see right through your little, crocodile tears. We see exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to make us feel some kind of way about you and what you're going through, but you do nothing to fix it. We're going to tell them that too. Don't try and come at me trying to place the blame, point fingers, because as they say, you point one finger, you got multiple pointing back. The approximate amount of fingers pointing back at said person would be 3. We could be seeing a lot of 333s, 555s. Through these changes, through these conflicts, through all of our challenges, through all of the things that we have learned through reading about spirituality and getting acquainted with knowledge that we do not yet possess. We know that we don't know everything, and we never will, no matter how much we learn. But we are surrounded by so many people that think that they have everything figured out, and that's how you know they're so dumb. Sweetie, You don't even know about the spiritual realm. You don't even know that you a host to some demonic beings with your dumb ass. You don't even see how watered down and retarded your little games and little tactics are. And you have the nerve to come to somebody who is a boss that paid the cost. You need to get lost. We are spreading our wings. We learned how to fly long ago, baby. And we may have been born at night, but it certainly wasn't last night. And we're going to make that known too. Okay? And then we're going to be done with it because we don't argue with ratchets. We don't argue with dusty crusties and a little musties. We don't argue with people with 37 IQ. I mean, that's how they present themselves. They may not have 37 IQ, but that's how they're acting. And we can only go off the motherfucking Carfax. Remember how we talked about that? We checked the motherfucking Carfax. Shit, we got the Carfax behind us. We know our laws. We know our rights. Oh, you want to try and abuse me in the workplace? Oh, you want to try and abuse me in my own home? Oh, you want to try and abuse me in this relationship, in this friendship? Okay, well then restraining order. Okay, well then we're going to go ahead and call the cops. Okay, well then we're going to show documents, documentation. We're going to throw the book at you. We're going to lace you up with some wisdom, even though there are narrow, simple, basic ass minds wouldn't be able to comprehend nor process basic common sense. At least that. They can't even do that. There's no way that you could try and contend with us. And so somebody's left feeling confused. You know, look at how this dude looks. He's like, what happened? That's what it looks like he would be saying. Where did everybody go? How come they're not listening to my sob story? How come they're not, how come? Well, my head hurts. It's so much thinking. My 37 IQ level is just, it's spent. Why did they leave me? Oh, for real? We left because all of those busted ass cups, you over here trying to present us with Dixie cups, trying to tell us it's crystal, trying to convince us it's fucking crystal glasses, but you got some fucking styrofoam Dixie cups and paper plates, plasticware, trying to tell me we're at a fucking 5-star restaurant. Trump ate here before. You see, these are Dixie branded. This is original China and crystals. It's the Dixie brand, though. I decided to be different. I decided to be, No, you decided to be fucking retarded, and we decided to jump ship. That's what the fuck happened. And we got on our own motherfucking ship and got the fuck up out of there. Okay. So there's no reason why people should be sitting here confused because, again, self-deception is unbecoming. They're not even looking in the mirror. We left that long ago. People that are not maturing, people that are not choosing to learn and understand that they do not have all the answers, people that are stagnant, people that have caused sadness and hopelessness within our own selves back then, people who have created all of this emptiness, people who have abandoned us, people who have left us for dead after trying to do the deed themselves and failing, that is. This is who we're moving away from. And we may have gone in hopeful, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but we ended up changing our mind. And now we're changing our status. That's the only thing we change around here when it comes to us. our status. We are changing our mindsets. We are changing our circle. We are changing even with our passions. We could be changing our tastes in that. Maybe music that we may not have liked in the past. Maybe now we realize, oh shit, I listened to that song last year and immediately skipped it. But I listened to the shit like 3 years later and that shit is fucking lit, dog. That shit is lit. I have a few songs I did that too. But see, here's the thing. People aren't songs. You don't play with people like that. You can't come back to people like a fucking old song you passed over years ago and come back expecting them to be waiting with arms open. With arms wide open. Like the fucking Creed song. Da-na-na-na-na. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything with arms wide open. Except today we're closed, bitch. And all the days after that because we had our arms open for so motherfucking long. And receiving nothing in those open arms, we decided to put the shit down. Okay? We put it all the way down. No, you can't come over here and you know, taste this honey. No, you can't experience extraordinary beings such as ourselves. We're not calling you anymore. We're not reaching out to you anymore. We may have done so in the past. And when I say you guys, y'all know I don't mean you guys. But just this is how I talk. You know, it's like I'm speaking for everyone. It's everything we need to say and want to say. So we're going to say it. Okay. Queen of Swords, right? Gemini midheaven. Hey. Okay. We are not lifting a damn finger for people that couldn't even fucking open their eyelids for us. And that's less of an effort than lifting your fucking finger. They ain't even looking. There are people causing delays with our success, with our receiving our money, with our move, with our glow up, our level up. And it may have caused some frustration here. We may have been down for a minute trying to figure out, you know, why people are coming at us this way while we're trying to do better. We're trying to do right by people. And this could also be us being confused as to why they're confused to their shitty behavior. This could be us wondering, well, why the fuck am I continuing to sit around and hurt myself? Waiting for something to change that has never changed in this long. Okay? Like I always like to say, I ain't gotta watch, but would you look at the time? I got to be getting the motherfucker up out of here today. And that goes back to us stepping into our power. I already did a video on that. If you guys haven't seen that reading, go check it out. Now, we're taking our time. We're moving forward, taking care of our business. Slowly but surely, things start to fall into place. We're not jumping ship too quickly when it comes to us moving out to a new home or moving jobs. You know, some of us could still be in a job where we feel like it's a dead end job or where we feel like it's a bad environment or where there are a lot of office politics that seem to get in the way of our success. We're taking our time. When people tried to bury us, they did not realize we were seeds. And now we have taken root. Now, the only place to go is up for us. The tree of wisdom comes to mind. And it's funny because I saw that out earlier in the Queen of Swords card. I absolutely love that card, by the way. It's so beautiful. Owls and trees are associated with wisdom. So now we know not to rush into relationships. Now we know not to, be so quick to call somebody your friend. Here's another song y'all could look up. Friends by Hustle Gang, not Hustler. Friends by Hustle Gang with T.I. and everybody. When I heard that song, I cried because I heard that song at a time in my life where I was thinking that somebody was my friend, especially in the workplace. People can pretend very well. And then they switch up on you out of nowhere. They start causing gossip and trying to turn everybody against you, which she did do this. But when I heard that song, I was like, damn. I knew it was about not only that situation, but all the situations I dealt with in the past before. This is what we are realizing. We are not building on, shaky ground. We're not building the shit with toothpicks. We're not building it with Dixie cups and paper plates. We're building it with brick and mortar. We're building it with steel, Teflon. Slowly but surely, we regain our stability, not just financially, not just within our home, but within our own relationship with ourselves. We realize the importance of maintaining a high frequency at all times. We realize the importance of consistency. The importance of ignoring that inner voice that may tell you you can't do it, or that you are not good enough, or that you are not beautiful, or that someone is so-and-so is better than you. There's always going to be someone bigger and better, but there's never going to be anyone out there that's you. Which reminds me of another song, Like Me by Logic. I'm just full of songs today, honey. Your girl has literally like months worth of music. If we all went on that RV trip together and we went all around the world, we would probably not be done with that entire playlist. So just get ready, y'all. I got songs for fucking lifetimes, B. We could be, riding on our horse here, going out, being patient, taking time to be still in between, long periods of working or long periods of studying. We realize when our body is telling us you feel stressed, you get a tension headache, you start feeling anxious. We realize that, okay, maybe it's time to take a break. Okay, maybe today is not a good day to get this particular task done, but what else can I do? Rather than focusing on the fact that you wanted to get that specific task done today. And the fact that it wasn't done today, you're focusing on that and beating yourself down. Instead of focusing on that like that, now you're shifting it and saying, okay, maybe the divine is telling me. Because then again, it's all spiritual. Maybe the divine is telling me something. Maybe my energy sources are depleted. Maybe today is not the day because the universe does not always work on our time. We are realizing this. We are realizing that who we surround ourselves around, we need to leave behind, and we need give no explanation. It's not required of us. You're more than welcome to. If that helps you feel better about releasing that energy and getting out what you need to say rather than holding it in and it festering into anger and resentment. But we need not explain why we do what we do to anyone. We need not answer to anyone as we have in the past. We need not reach out to people that never reach out to us. If you notice that you're always texting people, calling people to see how they're doing, if you notice that you always have nice things to say about everyone else, if you notice that you always are thinking about making them comfortable, but then when you take a moment and stop looking at what you give to others and you look at what people are not giving to you, after you looked at everything that you give to everybody else, realizing that you gave way too much because you didn't get a return on that. And the fact that you stayed when you didn't get a return on that made you realize, oh God, there are some insecurities that I need to work through. These are the insecurities that we are working through. Some of us could be flying somewhere, going to Dubai, going to, Germany, Paris, Japan, Tokyo, India, Africa. going somewhere that you could never see in everyday life, going near the water, moving for a new job. We are taking flight here. And there's going to be some quick communication coming in from one of these signs I've already mentioned earlier, or someone with the traits that I'm describing. Doesn't have to be just signs either. Depends on your situation. But we are taking flight here, just like that owl that I mentioned earlier about us spreading our wings, flying away. And owls are fierce predators. They look cute, you know, with their eyes are just, you know, like, you know, with their neck thing that they do and shit. I love birds. Birds are funny. But owls especially. They be turning their shit around all the way. I'm like, damn, your neck didn't break? Nope, because we see in front of us, on the sides of us, and behind us. Shit. Okay. And if you try to do some slick shit, we're going to bop you upside the head, but with words. Up front, up back, upside. And we're taking ourselves outside of this mess. Clear skies. But there are people that are just not having it. They're not having it. There's someone that is extremely childish here. Some of us could be dealing with children specifically, or we could be dealing with people that may even be older than us or our age that act like this. They're emotionally stunted. They like to have meaningless sexual encounters. They're very pessimistic all the time. Just everything that comes out of their mouths is always negative. When you start to realize that, like, damn, this person can never say anything good about anything. It's because they are insecure here. Maybe we turned down someone here that just wanted to use us for some reason or another. It was all a means to an end for them. Now someone's insecurities are creating obstacles in their communication. The pessimistic view of what happens to us in our lives, having a pessimistic view of our future, having a pessimistic view of anything in general, really, will cause some delays. And like I said, energy thieves are all around us. And I feel like this is their energy as well. There are going to be a lot of childish people that should be mature enough to know when to shut the fuck up and when to mind their own business. Because I will say this again. I said it before and I'll say it again. The hardest motherfucking thing about business is minding your own for a lot of people. Somebody's not liking that we're speaking our truth. Someone is not liking the fact that although they tried to silence us, project their insecurities upon us, we still overcame that. Now, concerning our goals and our projects, we have to be careful not to be pessimistic because of certain things outside of our control cropping up and causing delays, prolonging things. Just know that although things are moving slowly, we're still moving. As long as we stay focused every single day on what we are trying to attain, on what we find fulfillment in, and what makes us happy, and what makes us feel love, we are going to be able to deal with the obstacles, deal with the blockages, deal with other people's insecurities and projections, deal with other people's baser selves and their ill intentions and their hidden agendas. As long as we don't react in an emotional way, rather. And as long as we realize that the frustration that we may be feeling may not be our own, and it may be due to things outside of our control, therein lies the key to our power to completely go around these things that try to stop us. There are those that are unhealed. They do not bring us peace. There are things in our lives that we may be doing or dealing with that is creating a lot of stress and pessimism here. And for some of us, it could be on a subconscious level. So be sure that even though consciously you're like, oh no, I'm not pessimistic, subconsciously there could be some things that we're absorbing by being around some of these people and not cleansing afterwards. Remember that, you guys. It's spiritual. Energy thieves. Empaths, we absorb these things. I'm a Heyoka empath. Discover what kind of empath you are. Discover your abilities. Are you telepathic? Do you have visions? Are you clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient? Are you a medium? Do you see spirits? Do you feel spirits? Do you know how they communicate? Because they don't communicate with words. I'll tell you that. Remember, this is all spiritual. Empaths, we may be absorbing things, indulging in things that make us feel pessimistic or depressed. We may be taking on all of these people, just wanting sympathy and wanting an audience and wanting somebody to feel bad for them, We could be absorbing what they're feeling, even from afar. We may not even have to talk to them. Guys, focus on cutting energetic cords. Talk to your guides, talk to the angels, talk to God. I'm telling you. Do rituals to help you cut cords. Listen to mantras, spiritual baths. We'll get into all of these videos. Just bear with me. Your girl's been moving slowly too, because if you guys try, and this could be a good message to you guys too. If you guys try to do too much too fast, you're going to get burnt out and then you're going to be no good to anybody. And then you're not going to get anything done. So know when to take a break. Know when to shift this lower vibrational energy. Learn how to shift darkness into light, into a higher vibration. Learn to see immediately who you need to get rid of. Learn to realize, oh, there's a spirit inside this person because this is not making any sense. It's almost like they know you're trying to do something and then everybody starts calling. But when you're not doing anything, your phone dry as hell, drier than the Sahara Desert. Right when you start talking about some real shit, the phone cuts out. Right when you're feeling good and you're on top of the world and you dancing on the sidewalk and shit while you about to go get your groceries and shit, then somebody got to say something or do something just to shift that whole thing. Learn how to turn that around. Learn how to use it as fuel and fodder for this. Because all of this extra stuff that we're dealing with, these delays, it doesn't mean that things will not work out. If anything, especially if you've been seeing 333, that means assured success. That means that everything that you've prayed for is coming true. It's just not at the 444 stage yet, where things are then being able to manifest in the physical realm itself. See, it starts with an idea. It starts with a thought. It starts with a feeling. Then, just like a seed being planted in your garden, as we tend to the seeds we have planted, our spiritual seeds, so to speak, we will see them manifest eventually. But things do not move at our own time all the time. Plans do not always go according to plan. People don't always want to help us as we would them. Even though we're so nurturing, even though we're so stable, even though we're so abundant, money is coming in. Some of you are, in fact, finding a new home. Maybe you guys thought that things wouldn't move forward in your favor, but now that they are, the sky's the limit. She herself looks like a tree almost to me. She is down to earth, firmly planted in the ground. She about her coin. She is the mother, the light bearer. When I look at this card, I see the Garden of Eden, and I've never seen it before in my life. Until today, apparently. We are in the Garden of Eden. And we've been fooled once before by these snakes. But now that we know, we gotta go. Death card. I love how this card is depicted in this deck. I swear I'm probably never going to use another deck for these damn readings again. Like, this is just like this is it. This is me. This is me. Through death, we have new life. And personally, I believe that, just like science, I mean, this is scientific, not just spiritual, but bear with me. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. People think that energy is created but not destroyed. But actually, on the contrary, energy is. It just is. When our bodies give away, we graduate into the next stage, the next phase of our spiritual journey. And by our vibration, by our frequency, by what we have done with our karma while we were here, yeah, the universe keeps receipts, honey. Just like I do. Let somebody text me some crazy stuff or say some stuff, incriminating stuff. I'm going to screenshot it and save it for later, honey. So you can come at me if you want to. You're going to bring me down, I'll bring you down with you. I'll bring you down with me. But we have decided our fate rather than allowing us to be victim of circumstance, allowing ourselves to be victim of other people's perceptions, actions, or inaction. We have chosen to close this chapter. Someone is thinking about us, and someone has changed their mind about the third party, and someone is realizing that they were immature. Someone is realizing that they are not happy without us. Someone is realizing that as we are starting to receive our blessings, they know that they no longer have a place in our lives to be able to revel in the glory with us. Because if you did not value and appreciate me at my lowest, you will never, ever be able to bask in the beauty, the happiness, and success of my highest. Someone is regretting that. Someone is realizing that their insecurity and immaturity was the cause of this breakdown in communication here. It was the cause of this lack of coming together. The cause of the instability within their home, the instability within their level of fortune or lack of fortune. See, people like to say, oh, I'm just not lucky. No, you just don't do shit. No, you just don't hold yourself accountable. No, you just don't persevere. No, you're just not consistent. No, you're just lazy. You know, it's not everybody else and everything else. Everyone has to realize at some point in their lives that we all play a role in what happens in our lives. We all play a role in our own pain. We all play a role in healing that pain as well. We all make mistakes. We are imperfect, and I believe that we are perfect in our imperfections. So we own it. But everyone else just has to be right all the time. They got to appear as though everything's all put together. And if they see someone else that does have everything put together or is trying to put everything together, they're going to try and cut it down because they themselves cannot watch someone else do what they never could do and never chose to do. But be patient, you guys. Everything is starting to turn in our favor. And I won't get too long-winded here because it's been almost 2 hours and I know you guys are waiting for your readings. So on that note, we will leave it at that. I was going to do Wisdom of the Hidden Realms and pull a few of these, maybe 1 or 3. Guys, let me know if you would like me to read this at least before we wrap up and do the private. If not, I will move into the 1-question readings. Now, let's see. So we have the super chat. I'm going to go through all the questions and write it down. Okay. So Cynthia, if you're still in here, please give me your sign or your birthday, whichever you're comfortable with. Either your sun sign or your birthday. So you feel like there are blockages in your career, on your career path. Okay. And you know what? I'll also, as a side note, sweetie, if there is something, you know, that you would like me to do on top of this reading as well, I do also offer spell work. I do not dabble in the can I get my ex back? I don't dabble in curses, hexes, things like that. I focus more so on spiritual healing. I create spiritual bath kits. I will have all of that set up officially on the shop so you guys can see what I have to offer. But mainly I do offer consultations. That is a fee within itself, but it is integrated within the total price of whatever ritual you choose. But when it comes to making a money jar or when it comes to me basically doing a manifestation spell, road opener spell, things like that, we can talk more about that. My email is in the description box. So if you would like me to do that for you, or if you would like to discuss that in the future to aid you in removing these blockages, then I would be more than happy to help you. Now, Tarina, and I know Hope L did it through PayPal, so I'm going to check my PayPal. And I know Tarina is a Cap. Okay, and you're asking about the Taurus. Okay, and then we have Hope. Okay, and guys, I'm going to switch it now to everybody's messages. I'm going to kind of go through everything while I'm checking this PayPal on my laptop here. And for those of you that did book a 1-question reading with me, everybody except Tarina, give me your signs. And then, ooh, that's cute. It has a little rainbow. That's pretty. Let me go ahead and put this up. That was a profound reading, yo. Like, I don't know how I got all that from just these damn cards, but I freaking love it. Yeah, somebody's not happy. Somebody that may have jumped into a relationship after doing us wrong or cheating on us and going with them, you know, they're not happy. They're not getting along. They're feeling lonely with this other person while they are realizing slowly but surely that we gave them that happiness. We were the cause for that. And that they miss us. Now they're feeling abandoned. Now they're feeling lost and hopeless and helpless because they know they fucked up so bad they can't come back. And so that 10 of Cups, it could also be a lot of people, you know, representations of people that are choosing not to get along with us that we're turning down and blocking. They're so unhappy and miserable, they want us to feel the same way. That's also what I get from that. But I digress. Oh, I see some people. I'm looking through the chat right now, so I don't ignore everybody. I can't go up all the way, but Libra, who has done copious work for months on herself, meeting tomorrow with Cancerian, I have separated from for 2 months for coffee. Plus, any insight on the potential, please, any insight on the potential future of this connection. Christina, if you would like a 1-question reading, sweetie, you're more than welcome to also get one done along with everyone else here. I see Rose said Sagittarius kicked Aries to the curb. Good. I don't know what's going on with Aries lately, but I have a few of them I've been dealing with that I've decided, you know what, never again. Y'all were cool for a minute there, but, you know, they're going to have to hold this L. Facts. I told my ex, Nelly said, I told my ex I won't intervene in between the universe and his karma. I did twice now. He will be gone. Huh. Well, it's funny because even though you tried to intervene, you know, I think deep down you knew where it was going to go. You just had a lot of hope there, hoping he would change because you loved, you know, you loved that person. I love when you say that, Drukpa. Say it again, please. Say it again. We in the back can't hear you. I love seeing that. When I go back and watch these lives, you know, I make sure everything was smooth. And, you know, I like to get my messages too and remind myself of everything that we discussed. And I'll see her comment saying that. I'll be like, damn, I missed that. That's funny as hell. No pity for the fool. I pity the fool. All day I've been seeing those. Yep. I definitely need to get on those individual videos. That way everyone can see what all of those angel numbers mean. I mean, I discussed it in one of the other videos. It has those numbers in the title, but I'll do it to where they have their own video. That way, you know, that way it's easier. All day I've been seeing those. I see them every day. Spiritual Angel says I see them every day. Yes, we definitely need to talk about that then. We will do that video soon. Also, some narcissism videos are in the works, and I'm finishing up my vlog. I saw 444, 555, and 222 today. Okay. Okay. I would like to ask a question. Keep It Real, folks, said she would like to ask a question. That was at 9:30. Baby girl, if you're still in here, I'll go ahead and wait for you. Just, you know, that's not a problem since I do have these private ones to finish up here anyway. Rose Garden. Oh, she was just telling people. Questions are the spirit guides channeling. Yes. Yes. We left because your shallow self-absorbed ass. Exactly. Can't face reality. Goosebumps. Ooh, you got goosebumps, girl. I had them too. That's funny. The importance of maintaining a high frequency vibration at all times. You know what? I'll even do a video on how to raise your vibration. Many ways to raise our vibration. It's a good video. I swear I have too many video ideas to do, you guys. This is getting pretty damn ridiculous. Hey, Chan. Hey, girl. Ooh, we got a new member. Yo, I was all the way up in the chat. And whoa, that's funny. I appreciate that, Nelly. Thank you so much for becoming a sponsor, girl. Look, that always gets me excited. So, Nelly, let me go back to your name and like all of my sponsors. Let me see. Oh, no, don't put her. Okay, Nelly, I'll make you a moderator a little bit later because I can't do it from the phone for some reason. But thank you so much for becoming a sponsor, girl. So you do realize all sponsors, by the way, you guys, you can become one by hitting the join button. It's $5 to show your support to this channel. It's a monthly subscription, and it's kind of like what Twitch does, where you can subscribe to someone and, you know, become a member for however long. And not only is that a great way to show your support to this channel and to support this RV trip, but you also get some awesome perks that come with being a member. All of my members can become moderators. I mean, even people that aren't members are also moderators, but you guys are automatically moderators. You guys also get custom badges and emojis. You guys get access to my very own private Discord. So if you guys need to talk to me or do a voice chat with me, we can all link up and all talk together on that. So it's kind of like a community chat thing. or you can text me on that as well. If you don't have it, it's a little app you can download on your computer as well as your phone. But it's a cool little app, and you know, I use it for my gaming too. So I figured if you guys want to know when I go live, I will also make one for those of you that are not members, but it won't be in the private Lotus squad. So also, you guys get free entry to all of the giveaways that I will be doing, and I am planning on doing a giveaway soon. But because I'm hosting my tarot classes in May, which by the way, open enrollment lasts for my tarot classes until April 30th. So be sure to get your payment in by the 30th. Okay, you can do it earlier, but no later than April 30th. And so since I'm hosting those classes, I will be postponing actually implementing the giveaway itself. But just know that those of you that like, those of you that comment, those of you that donate, those of you that book a reading, those of you that become a member, okay, you guys have a chance to get access to your entry into all of my giveaways. And you know what's funny? The April readings, like I said, will be up by either by today or tomorrow, which officially it's tomorrow because I have to finish converting, editing, all that, and then upload. So it takes some time. But I will say this, Pisces, y'all are coming up first. Pisces moon in this bitch. Pisces, y'all are up first because y'all showed out, bro. Like I came back after a long hiatus and you guys came back with like 13K views. So y'all are going to be first. Y'all showed out with the likes. Y'all got that video out there. Y'all were commenting. So y'all are going to be first. And, you know, if you guys want your sign to be first, then share these videos. Like, comment, show out, get a reading. Do what you got to do, boo. Show your loyalty to the Lotus squad. You know, ain't nothing wrong with supporting these content creators and readers such as myself, especially if they give you guys some sort of value and they're teaching you about how you can, you know, navigate through this life as an empath. You know, I see nothing wrong with asking for, you know, members or telling you guys about it or even getting my merch. You know, I'm still working on new ideas for my merch and it's always there. You know, Hope actually bought her hoodie and I have a few of her pictures. And so everyone that purchases my merch, I always ask for their pictures so I can create a video when it's all said and done after the giveaway. But you guys, you know, can show your support in many different ways. But just like we pay for Netflix, just like we pay for Wi-Fi, we pay for, you know, not, you know, things that are not necessities, you know, luxury items, so to speak. I feel like it would be an investment in not only my vision, but an investment in this crew, Lotus Squad. And it's an investment in us being able to do meet and greets. It's an investment in, you know, helping this movement grow, getting our voices out there. You know? So by you guys showing your support that way, I'm telling you, it always, like, it pumps me up even more than I already am, because you guys not only show compassion, you're always there. You're very supportive of each other. I love seeing that in the chat. And my sponsors always showing out, you know. I just think that, I should say that for all content creators, because people tend to think that they sell out, you know, because they get sponsorships or because they get brand deals or because they, you know, they're selling merch or opening a shop or, you know, basically plugging, you know, their business and what they offer and what they do. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I say support those that are trying to bring light in the world, even if it's with $1, even if it's with $5, whatever. Likes, comments, you know, I keep saying that. Now let me get down to the bottom of this. Look, I went on a whole damn tangent because of that sponsor. Thank you so much, baby. So wait a minute. And actually, let me back up, because the reason why I didn't start on this too was because I was looking for their signs. Thank you so much, Nelly. Damn, that's sweet of you, girl. Damn, you guys. Okay, so she said lighten up some platinum. That's what's up. Okay, well, hold on, because Cynthia and Hope, I need you guys to send me your signs right now if you're still in here. Kitty's Craft, I was just thinking about you because I was talking about sponsors. I was just thinking about you, and here you are. We are connected, bitch. I cannot wait until I go to Australia, girl, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for that ass, girl. You better get ready, bitch. Yeah, you did, but that's okay, baby. We had a very powerful message come in. Okay, so Hope said Sagittarius, and then you said, what was your, wait, I need to go to PayPal because maybe I forgot to do that. Maybe you sent in your question that way, but if you didn't, go ahead and type your question out. And if you're asking about someone in that question, then be sure to put their sign too. And then Tarina and Cynthia, I need your sign. I love you too. I love you too, girl. Look, that caught me off guard. I said, I love you too. I love you too, girl. It's good to see you. I always enjoy seeing you in here, girl. I got my squad in the live stream. It's Dara, Kitty's Craft, Tarina, Jerica. We got Rose Garden. We had Fire Goddess. There's too many people that's always in here showing love. Okay, hold on. General Guiling. Okay, so you just want spirit messages. Okay, and then Cynthia, since you were first, sweetie, I'm going to need your sign, baby girl. I hope you're still in here. If not, then I'll just record your reading and upload it if need be. But, hopefully you're in here. Hey, Tay, what you doing, girl? Really been missing the lives. I watched the replay, but lives are when we really connect. Yes, exactly. And I think that's why I'm starting to do it more too, because it's cool to hang out together like this. Uploads are so impersonal, But no, Kitty's Craft, I was actually going to say, what was I going to say? Damn, it went right out of my head. Oh, she's a cat. Oh, she's a cat too, girl. Same here. That's what's up. Okay, all right. And it was funny, Hope. Okay, you're a Sag Venus. Taylor's a Sag. Shit. Okay. You know what? I'm going to post my chart so y'all can see that. And then I want everybody else to post theirs if it's possible on the community tab. We'll see. But you guys can see what's in my chart so you can understand. Well, not understand, but just so you can see. I think it's interesting because the only sign that I don't have in my entire chart is Taurus. That's the only one that I don't have. I have all the other signs. So all water, all air, all water, all air, all fire, and then to earth. Captain Virgo. Wait a minute. Why does the chat keep disappearing? Damn it. Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, I got you. If not FB, we could do that. That's true. That's true. Yeah, but there's not as many people on Facebook as there are on YouTube. You know what I mean? But we'll figure it out. You don't need that bull. You already fired. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I'm greedy, or maybe it's just because of my ego. But I was like, why can't I have all of them? I want all the signs. All right, let me ask you the cards, you guys. So, Gods and Goddesses, what messages do you have for Cynthia, who is a Capricorn, regarding these blockages on her career path? How can she remove these blockages on her career path? Right? For sure. And you know what, Cynthia? I'm not sure if you were trying to message me when I was explaining about me also offering spell work and spiritual bath kits and things like that. But yeah, just let me know if, you need anything like that, or if you're interested in that. And just shoot me an email, girl. All right. With that being said, let's cut it because they're ready. Yep. So that card wants to come out. And let's go. Oh, girl, what are you doing? Okay, here we go. It's kind of like something was blocking me, like from freaking grabbing the card. I feel your pain, girl. It's like every time you try to reach for something or go for something and things may start to look promising or things may look hopeful, but then you just feel like you're not getting any opportunities, and like, you're spending too much time at home, or maybe it's just, you're trying to nurture yourself back to health in some way, or, nurture yourself and take care of your home and your responsibilities, your finances. But it seems like opportunities are either slipping through your fingers, or, money is just draining out at this time while you're waiting, while you're trying to regain the sense of stability here. I also feel like you're on a self-love journey, which is great. And you could be healing from something that could potentially be blocking you. And maybe there are some things here intuitively that you have been picking up on, maybe unknowingly. There could also be some secrets here that you are unaware of at this time, but there could be some things within your family concerning your money, concerning why there are blockages. There could also just be a situation of location, and I'm hearing that not just location, but if there are certain areas that you're looking in, certain fields that you're looking in, it may not be right for you. I also feel like the divine may be trying to intervene, and they're trying to tell you something, show you something, maybe even answer these questions, and to give you some sense of direction here. But there are some secrets that have yet to come out. And I also feel like intuitively, you could be feeling something is wrong or something is off. You don't understand why, but something is not right. Something that is unnatural. Usually you can get back on your feet fairly quickly. You're usually a very stable and abundant person, but deep in your core that, it's beyond just external. But I do feel like as long as you continue to focus on looking for a long-term situation here, as long as you remain balanced emotionally, keep your emotions in check as you are going through this little dry spell, because we all go through dry spells. And this could also be a source of that as well. But focusing on the long term and maintaining your balance is going to take you a long way. And I want to clarify these because I do see this magician at the bottom of the deck. And I feel like you have resources around you. You can call some agencies, not just temp agencies. Maybe there are other people you may know who may know someone else who knows someone else, or may know of this or that near you, or maybe someone within your family knows something, or, there are people, places, and resources available to you, but you are striking out solo on your own. And maybe you're not really tapping into different agencies and places of business that could help you find something long-term. You will be able to manifest here, but it could also be your subconscious mind. And if you've dealt with any traumas leading up to this point, leading up to you having this fresh start, this new beginning, you are currently healing from that. But there needs to be balance within yourself. Call 211 or whatever it is and where you stay at. Google Indeed. Indeed has a lot of good positions. I send in my resume to about freaking 50 places a day if I find something that is interesting. And it's real easy. I just apply with resume and move on to the next job posting. And I did so many a day. And then, I worked in the morning as though, my job hunting was my job. And I looked on Craigslist, I looked on Indeed, I looked on Monster.com, Snagajob.com. I asked everybody else who had jobs. I asked everyone else who was talking about how much they were making, if they had, if their place of business was open, or hiring. when you do these things, when you reach out for help, when you utilize these resources available to you. And it's funny because I was talking about spell work. I do feel like if you are interested in removing these blockages and opening the road for new opportunities to come in, I could also be one of those resources for you to help remove these blockages and to help you reach your full potential and to help you be able to manifest a lot easier and a lot faster. There's a lot of competition, though, where you're looking. And certain people could be settling for less pay, or maybe their credentials are better than yours, or maybe your credentials are better than theirs. You're overqualified. Maybe, you got to switch career fields. There's a lot of things. But first, it starts with the self. And I really do think, and I'm hearing this even from my God, I really do think that you would benefit from receiving a spiritual bath kit or, a road opener ritual. Now, the Queen of Wands, I see that you're extremely friendly. I feel like you're a mother. And if you yourself are not a mother, then you're dealing with your mother or a motherly figure here. It could be another woman where you have come out of a relationship where maybe you were financially stable then, but now that you've had to remove yourself from the situation, this is where the imbalance comes in as well. I also feel like maintain your confidence. Don't let this dry spell and don't let these obstacles, tear down your self-worth. Maintain this energy where you're friendly, you're warm. If there's anything creative you want to do, try that. Maybe you could have something creative or some sort of outlet that you have or some sort of passion or hobby that you have. Maybe you could turn that into a side job and you could find something that's lucrative that even gives you time to indulge in that said hobby. Then maybe you could work your way to a point to where you could just do your hobby or your, creative pursuits or what have you for money. But there's something where you're awaiting a decision. You could be waiting on your mother for something, or someone's waiting, you're just waiting on a decision here for things to move forward. You're at a crossroad now where you can go right or left, or neither, and just go straight ahead. But I do see that you could be dealing with a marriage where you had to drop the ball. I got you, baby girl. Thank you for that, Rose Garden. I also feel like there could be a situation here where you're indecisive about making a move. Maybe you haven't yet decided to leave the situation that is just not fruitful for you. Maybe the situation that you're in, the living situation, the family environment, or the place that you're working in now could be creating blockages. It could be that someone from your old company that may have had a grudge or may have, some power to wield over you. Maybe they could be dealing with that. You could be dealing with that. But again, I suggest you get a more detailed reading first if you're not wanting to dive fully into the ritual. You should get a Celtic cross. There you can ask 1 to 3 questions. That is $65. It's a little higher just because that's more extensive and it's longer. But if you want to look into if there are any individuals around you causing this, then, you can do that as well. That way you can kind of gauge whether it would be best to get a road opener ritual done. Okay. High Priestess. But I do feel like somebody is keeping secrets. Now, the 7 of Pentacles, you could be awaiting a decision concerning, a better job that will give you long-term stability and security. You probably could have been already putting resumes out there, putting in applications, spending hours upon hours of looking for this. You could be contemplating wanting to start your own business. Intuitively, maybe you feel like, look, all of this conventional, 9 to 5 nonsense is not my cup of tea. This is not for me. So I'm going to make a decision to maybe strike out on my own, start my own company. And that's what I was saying about doing something creative, doing something of your own. And that could be the secret behind long-term stability. There could be some things currently right now where you are healing. There could be some things within your family where things may have been a bit turbulent, or you may have been dealing with some things concerning your relationships or past relationships. Could even be friendships, workplace issues. I see that you are finally reaching understanding here of what you need to do, what you want to do. There could be some fear circulating around you striking out on your own like that if you are contemplating your own business. So we have the Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, we already discussed your healing, You could be feeling like you are being looked over at every turn, every time you try to look for a job. Or if you get to the hiring or the interviewing stage, things may seem like they're going well, but for one reason or another, something falls through or something happens, or, stand your ground. Be sure to look any and everywhere where there may be some money that you didn't even realize you had, or some money that you didn't even realize you could get from one of these resources. Or, you're feeling like there's a lack of success and growth in your life, and that could be causing some insecurity here. You may have been confident before, but then this money issue, is slowly chipping away at this. Keep pushing forward. You did what you needed to do. If there's a cycle you need to complete concerning the home, then do it. If you are a mother and you're not getting child support, then go ask for some damn child support. I hate to sound callous and mean or, conniving, but hey, there's nothing wrong with asking for the other parent that took part in making those kids to, show some damn responsibility and pay for them. But go speak to someone that knows about places that you didn't even look yet. Go reach out to someone that could help you, such as lawyers. Start reaching out to different organizations that could assist you. Maybe they can even help you get up on your feet, or give you a little bit of money to be able to keep your bills paid, or do what you need to do to sustain your stability as you continue your search. There could be someone within your family here who would be willing to help you. Maybe that's where this unexpected money may come in. This is going to be a big challenge for you, but you got to keep focused, push forward, and don't let rejection cause you to feel dejected. Don't let a no affect your next hello. And that's a sales thing that I learned. When I was in a call center, we were trying to sell to people that mainly didn't ask for what we were selling, obviously. And so I remember I would do fairly well. I'd probably get maybe about 4, 5, 6 sales in a day. Some days there were none. Some days there could be 1 or 2. Some day, it varies. But I never let those no's affect the next hellos. Maybe there's a reason why you're not getting certain positions or certain jobs that you're looking for. Look somewhere else. Look, Talk to somebody about entrepreneurship. Maybe, you know, inquire about business loans or business grants. There could be grants in your area that you could apply for. I've been looking into this where I am. They even do grants for minorities. They do grants for women. They do grants for small businesses, things like that. Now, the next person I'm going to do is Tarina. I need to hurry up and get through this before my damn phone cuts out. Gods and goddesses, what message do you have for Tarina, who is a Capricorn, and this Taurus? What is this Taurus intentions with Tarina? Federal grants, yes. And the good thing about grants, which I prefer grants over loans any day. The good thing about grants is you don't have to pay none of it back. But you do have some stipulations to abide by. There are some things and hoops that they may try and make you jump through, but those are easy, especially when it comes to free money. It's all about how bad you want it. But you can even use, let's say you do get a grant. Let's say you do jump through all those hoops and you get that grant money. Who's to say that you can't invest it in yourself, invest it in your business idea, as long as you have a business model, you know, all these different things, and the sky could be the limit for you. I feel like that Taurus, Tarina, is kind of like that stop and go energy. I see you, girl. I see you ready to give all of your love, girl. Your sensual, romantic love. But there could be some arguing going on between y'all, and most of it is pettiness. It could be on his end, or he could be viewing you as though, you know, there are arguments being started. But mainly, I do feel like, you know, for the most part, there's balance here. You know, you are maintaining stability financially. You could have even received a you know, word about a decision that was made in reference to some money coming in, or a new position, or a new job, or you are finally getting to the point to where in this relationship, you are deciding to either stay or separate yourself, because that Five of Wands represents separation, not just arguing. I feel like you're ready to take a leap of faith because you feel like he's playing games. But he's too much in his ego to be able to level with you on an emotional level. You want emotional fulfillment, and I don't think you're very happy with this person. Or it could be vice versa. If you feel happy with this person, then he could be feeling this way, because the Ten of Chalices is the obstacle. You know, it seems like he's, you know, either he's not trying to get along with you, or maybe he could be viewing you this way, but it's because his ego is, you know, getting in the way of things. He's not letting something go here with this Hangman reversed in his energy, you know, or there's a delay in letting this go, even though someone is creating a lot of unhappiness in this. Someone is feeling lonely, and this could be how you're feeling, because I feel like you are ready to take this leap of faith, either away from him or towards him. But it's really up to what, you know, up to him as to what the outcome will be. I feel like he could be like this crocodile here, just waiting to bite somebody's head off, you know, for saying something they don't like, or because they're in a bad mood, they take it out on others. You know, he could be, you know, not paying attention to you, or he could be feeling like you're not paying enough attention to him because of his ego, because of his insecurities. I noticed that ego energy right away with that Hangman reversed. And you're ready to make a choice, because I feel like both of you guys are tired of being single or tired of being alone. This is in the mutual energy. The obstacle is trying to make this legitimate, but his ego's getting in the way. I feel like there's codependency issues. So, you know, you could be spending money on him, or he could be spending money on you. And whoever's spending the money on the other is feeling some type of way about it. But these things were supposed to be gifts, or these things were supposed to be, you know what I mean? Because you guys were going out together, and, you know, but it's like somebody's holding money over their head, or, you know, somebody is just not. investing in this emotionally. You know, they could be just thinking that they could throw money at the problem, but it doesn't solve anything, you know? I feel like both of y'all are losing money with the situation here. Maybe you guys could be going 50-50 or half and half on things. But maybe his end game is to try and get money out of it. Let me clarify this, because this is weird. So, yeah, I feel like he may have pulled back a bit here, or, you know, this is you kind of like, well, let me not dive in head first into that empty pool. We know what happened last time, you know. I already dealt with a situation here where I was triangulated, you know. Now I need to see if I need to go with him, or with none of them. There's a lack of harmony. There's no love here on someone else's end. I feel like you're focused on self-care. You're investing in yourself. Both of you guys could be throwing yourselves into work. But yeah, this is unrequited love here. And that could be why somebody is pulling back. It could be purely a physical thing, or maybe that's what they are after. Sex and money. Yep. Knave of Wands reversed. Insecure, immature, childish, you know. They're real flighty. So if they don't get their way, or, you know, if things aren't always good all the time, which is unrealistic, by the way, you know, this is the type of person that's out the door. They're really pessimistic, really negative, always depressed, always got something negative to say. They can, you know, they have a tendency to be aggressive, especially when it comes to, you know, getting their way in the bedroom, you know. Especially if everybody is not all the way into it or doesn't feel like it. You know, they'll probably make a big deal about it. You're feeling kind of stuck, or maybe he's feeling stuck in some way. Or trying to make somebody stuck by using sex and money, but they don't have anything emotionally to give. Hey, J. Kip, if you would like a question answered, I suggest that you go ahead and get a one question reading for $20, as everyone else has. And you can either do it through Super Chat or through PayPal. Now, if you decide to do it through Super Chat, if you don't see the $20 option, do the $24.99 one, just to be fair. Or if you feel more comfortable using PayPal, you can back out of the live chat and go into my description box underneath the live video itself, and you can pay through PayPal that way. Now, I don't know why Facebook is doing all this extra shit, but, you know, I don't know why it's doing all this extra shit. Okay, I almost thought that let me just leave that alone, because it almost backed me out. My pleasure, JKip, or JKLP. I thought that was an I. The World, yeah, he's going to end up moving somewhere, or he's waiting to move, or maybe he's not telling you that he's getting ready to move. He's codependent. He may be staying with his mama, or he's using a baby mama, or he's with his baby mama and he's trying to use you for money and, you know, be with her, you know. But you see that things are not manifesting. You're not seeing anything come of this. And, you know, this completion is, you're going to get ready to close it down. You're going to focus on work. You're going to focus on taking care of yourself, splurging on yourself whenever you feel like it, without anybody making a big deal about what you do, who you do it with, and worrying about how little attention they're getting, even though you're giving them adequate amounts of attention, but yet they just can't get enough because it's always all about them, is what it looks like. But they're childish. They're like a child. You gotta, or maybe somebody is spending money on their child and, you know, still involved with the other person, but they don't want you to know. I mean, there's so many scenarios that are coming up. So we have the Three of Wands reversed. Yeah, so third-party references with the Lovers reversed, the Three of Wands reversed, this neighbor, you know, all of these different things, all these threes popping up. Lovers reversed again. Shit, I didn't even realize it was at the bottom of the deck until I looked. Yeah. Yeah. He's too insecure, egoistic, and immature. So let's clarify this Nine of Pentacles reverse then before I move on to Hope. Because I'm curious about that. Yeah, and the fight. Isn't it funny how these cards work? I don't care what deck you use. It's causing a lot of stress. You guys are fighting a lot. He could be starting the arguments to have a reason to leave. Trying to make you think that you're the problem so you never suspect what he's doing behind your back. But yeah, he's going out and doing whatever the hell he wants to do. And you've been putting in a lot of effort, hard work, and you're getting ready to end this mess because you're done with the pettiness and the childishness. So I just hope you know his intentions are not good. I'm sure you've already picked that up from everything that I was saying. Oh, he just moved to Georgia from Louisiana. Oh, yeah, he's probably running from something then. He's not telling you something. He's not who he says he is, girl. All right, so Hope said she just wanted spirit messages. So, guys and goddesses, what messages do you have for Hope Lewis, who is a Sagittarius? What messages do you have for Hope Lewis, who is a Sagittarius? Damn, today was an awesome turnout, you guys. Thanks so much for, Nelly becoming a member and you guys liking it up and, y'all are super chatting and getting these readings. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for that. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you guys have no idea, how awesome that is just to see it. That's awesome. Every single day I see that this journey is the right one. Not just for me, but for all of us. I'm so glad to have met you guys. And I can't wait to meet everybody in person. Now, let me get into this damn reading. Hope Lewis. Baby, you got intuitive abilities. Okay? You're like me. You are not just black and white in thinking. You also realize that there's a gray area. Because some people seem to forget that part. But you don't. If you didn't realize that you are intuitive and the answers that you seek are all inside of you, they're already inside of you. Your ancestors have been reaching out to you. The angels have been reaching out to you. You're picking up on these things. You could be an empath as well. You are embracing your femininity. You are tapping into that divine feminine energy. And I even feel like you're integrating the divine masculine energies here. You have already walked away from any relationships that were not fulfilling, that only created sadness. You've walked away from those that have chosen to abandon you, who may have tried to come back, or those who have abandoned you that, maybe you were still holding on to. You've decided to move on. There's been a lot of people coming at you sideways. There's been a lot of arguments. And you've had to walk away because of that. And now you're at a crossroad here. Thank you so much, Kimchi. Hey, girl. It's been a while since I've seen you. Girl, you missed a lot. And yes, Kitty's Craft, I have time for another reading, sweetie. You're at crossroad now, Hope. This is your time. Let me go ahead and take care of this before anything else happens. Looking ass. Okay. This was a long reading, but well worth it. Uh-oh, hold on, wait, shit. There we go, we're reconnected. All right, so you did in fact come out of a third-party situation for sure. I felt that earlier. That's why you had already walked away. Someone forced you to. But now I feel like, you're above the pettiness and you're at a crossroad in your life and you are looking for something harmonious. You want marriage and you want genuine love. This could even be referring to your actual marriage if you are in fact married now. Okay, it can go many different ways. But you're at a crossroad and you've got to make a decision, and you've come out of a time where you've been feeling indecisive. And you have been feeling intuitively that someone is keeping secrets. And presently, I feel like you have found out about the secret. There are too many people involved in your relationship. Someone's attitude has changed, and now things went from blissful to fighting all the time, declaring divorce, wanting to separate. Now everyone involved is unhappy. As a result, this could, result in a lost friendship. And I even feel like, there could be some emotional blockages here for you because of the situation. This is definitely not anything that you would jump for joy about. And now I feel like there's some sort of confession coming in about someone's transgressions. It could be the person that you are in a relationship or married to here. It could also be the confession about there being another party, or maybe the third party is reaching out to you and expressing what's been going on. This could also be you expressing how you feel and how you're not happy anymore and you want a divorce. This could even be new love coming in. Someone is expressing how they feel. But this is a small offer. And you may not be taking this. Let me see. Because you need time to heal before you jump into anything. I do see that you have come out of a peaceful, tranquil, serene time here in the recent past. But now, not only have the attitudes changed, but you no longer believe this person here. And you intuitively picked up on it before the secret was even revealed. And it could have a lot to do with your home. I see that your home within itself is stable. Good fortune is coming in. Money is coming in. There could be a situation where someone has a child. And the third party could just be someone that they had kids with in the past. It doesn't have to be always cheating. And there could be a message coming in about what's going on with said child. It's creating a lot of unhappiness. There could be someone else trying to interfere with the stable home. It's trying to cause problems. So, yeah. I feel like now you're ready to move on and you're making plans to do so if you haven't already. If you haven't moved already, you are making plans to do so. You are entering a new phase in your life, a new chapter. You're done allowing yourself to be unhappy. You're done being triangulated. You're done dealing with this where you've given so much love you can't give anymore. And now you're empty. You're feeling angry. You're not taking any offers here from what I'm saying. You could be overloaded with intuitive feelings about what's going on before the news actually comes out. And you could have been ignoring that for a long time, but you knew that you were unhappy. There's someone here that does want something serious here in this near future, though. I will say that. Or this could be someone that you know that you want this with. You want to move in with them. This person wants to take care of you and give you love. They know what you've been through. This could also be concerning a family situation where there's a child that, could be moving in with you guys. Maybe your spouse has been causing problems about your child being with you or dealing with what's going on with your children, trying to take care of them. But I do feel like there's a missed opportunity here. And I suggest, Hope, that, I know you had already suggested earlier that you would get a more detailed spread, but even I feel like, you definitely need to get a Celtic cross at least, or at least a chessboard or something like that, where you can dive a little bit deeper into what's going on, because There's conflicting energies there. Now, Rose Garden. I'm not sure if anyone else has already sent in their question while I've been doing these readings. But if you haven't yet, I suggest you do so. Let me know if you've done it through PayPal or, go ahead and do it through Super Chat. And I will write down your question and get to it after Rose. Okay. And if Kitty, that was you that had asked, sweetie, you're more than welcome to do that, and I'll take care of you. Now, gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for Rose Garden and her love life? What is blocking Rose Garden's love life? This was a lit ass stream, yeah. Nice. Oh, okay. Well, I see that you have released yourself from any relationships, mindsets where you felt trapped and imprisoned and bound. You've released yourself from this and you've set yourself free. And now I feel like, you're living your life. You're enjoying other people's company. Even if you come across new people, I see that you're getting along with them. You are fulfilled. There could be commitment on the table here for you. But mainly I see that now that you've released yourself from whatever was restricting you or what you felt like was restricting you, there's an inner sense of happiness. But you could be holding on to certain people, places, or things here that you don't need to, and you're holding on to them out of fear. There could be a work situation here where you're staying out of fear. There could be a situation where now the focus has shifted to materialism. And this could be coming in the form of other people approaching you, or maybe the people that you've dealt with, maybe the people that you've been holding on to. Maybe they're materialistic, they're greedy, they are very possessive. And you could be holding on to certain people here that bring in that energy. And until you rid yourself and your life of that energy, then that could be one source of the blockage. But with this Ten of Chalices here, I feel like you yourself internally, you are fine. Excuse me. Lovers reversed. There's a situation where you're dealing with people that are not reciprocating your love. There are people around you that just want something physical from you. They may lie and say that they want a relationship, but spirit message. Okay, Kitty's Craft. What's your sign, by the way? All right. Now, there could be a situation here where you still need to heal. Maybe there's a living situation, a family situation. Maybe there are friends around you that just do not reciprocate. Seven of Pentacles reverse is also that. You're not seeing a return on your investments. You could be shelling out money to other people, or maybe they're asking you for money, and then, they don't ever have an answer as to what are we, or what is this? What, is this going to be a deeper commitment? Is this going to be, something of substance? Am I wasting my time? And you need to focus on healing right now. So that could be a major blockage. She said aqua alien. I was like, what the hell is that? Aqua alien. That's some new shit. I have to do a video on that. That's what I was thinking at first, but I was like, oh, aqua. Okay, aqua alien. Now this Ten of Pentacles reversed. I feel like there could be some issues within your family that goes back to your childhood. where it's created this energy of loss. Like you feel like there are a lot of relationships that have come to an end, past relationships that, you know, even though they were there in the room with you, nobody was home, you know. Now you're feeling lonely. You're feeling like you've lost something, but really you haven't lost anything. You've lost people that have not given you what you have given them, which in turn is a gain. But it's all about how you're viewing it right now, and you're feeling lonely. You're feeling heavy because you know, you're searching too much for love, sweetie. It's like looking for something that you lost that you know is right there. It's right there. I knew I put it here. I knew. And you look and you look and you look. And then when you stop looking for it, you find it right where you thought you left it. But when you were looking, it was just an endless, tiring debacle. Love will find you as long as you focus on you right now. Focus on allowing yourself to enjoy solitude rather than feeling lonely because you are not with a partner. Get reconnected to yourself first. Enjoy your own company. Get acquainted with your own self-worth. Because people are using you or have tried to use you for sex and money. Because they know that you want love. They know that you're feeling lonely. And they're taking advantage of that. And if you continue to allow them to do that to you, sweetie, then you will continue to block yourself from that love that you're seeking. But first, in order for you to remove that blockage, you need to first love yourself and only yourself. You're not missing anything by taking some time to spoil yourself and love yourself and treat yourself and to heal yourself. You need to face reality as to these people that may be holding on to you or you may be holding on to. Because there are people here that are greedy. They just want what they can get. Now I have the Hanged Man reversed. And, you know, there could have been a lot of people who are very egoistic. You may have a lot of people who are egoistic around you, hence their traits. And you must make a major decision. You need to go within. You need to analyze and size up all of your relationships. You need to look at what you have to offer and accept that you've given the world and see then who has reciprocated. If there are those that have not, you need to get rid of them. Use your better judgment. Admit to yourself that although you may want something with certain people that are still around you right now, they are not good for you. They do not want the same thing because they themselves are incapable of that, and that is not their intentions. This Three of Chalices. Yep. So definitely some triangulation going on for sure. Somebody's going to choose a third party, or you're dealing with a lot of people who do that. They triangulate you, or maybe one minute they like you, the next minute they're with somebody else. You know, I feel like right now you're able to celebrate. You're able to, you know, revel in what it is that you can do and, you know, in your life to change, and what it is that you do with people that you meet along your journey. Strictly as platonic, you are getting along with these people. You are making new friends. You are going out, enjoying yourself. Focus on that energy as well. Focus on the people that treat you the way that you treat others. Definitely somebody that's abusive. They are manipulating you, telling you all these sweet nothings just to get into your bed and into your pockets. This is someone who's controlling. Maybe someone that you know uses money to try and keep you in their lives, to make you dependent upon them in some way. Maybe there's something that occurred in the home regarding your father that you need to resolve within yourself while you are, you know, on this journey of leveling up and healing yourself. This person could be spending your money recklessly, and you're just letting them. Or they could just be taking you for a wild ride, manipulating you, trying to control you. But by you keeping them around, and by you not putting your foot down, by you remaining silent and not speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, it is allowing this blockage to remain. Now the Fool reversed. Yeah, somebody's going to be impulsive. They're going to, find someone else because they have no love to give. They only love themselves. They're childish. They act impulsively. This is very narcissistic energy. By the way, I'm describing all of this. This person is offering their heart, but there's a motive behind it. He can be sweet one minute to get what he wants, but then the next minute he's going behind your back, cheating, lying, acting a fool. Then he's going to come and abruptly decide, oh, I don't want to be together anymore. Or, oh, I'm not happy. Or he's going to say some BS, make you think that it was you. But really, it's because he found something else. But he's not going to tell you that because, his ego. I don't want to feel bad about myself, so I'm going to make someone else feel bad about themselves, even though I'm the culprit behind these issues, or I'm the culprit behind why this is ending, or I'm the reason why, or I have these ill intentions, these bad motives with this whole thing. But I'm going to pretend like I had good motives and that, it's this person's fault. It's her fault. So just be wary of that. Yeah, don't go back to this girl. End it. All right, now Kitty's Crafts is up. Then your girl got to get her ass up out of here. I can't believe I've been going for 3 hours, but it's been the best 3 hours ever. You guys are so awesome. What messages do you have? Gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for Kitty's Crafts? My baby girl in Australia who is an Aquarius. What messages do you have for Kitty's Crafts who is an Aquarius? All right. I heard the call and I'm answering. So that's so funny, Kitty's Crafts, because one of Rose Garden's cards came out as yours now. Not saying that it's her energy, but saying that you guys are going to receive basically the same message in this aspect, for this card anyway, because there are some really greedy people around you right now, and they see that you're making moves. We already discussed what your plans are, girl. There's somebody holding on for dear life, viewing you as a tool or something to use, or viewing others as objects, or just worrying about the things that they have in life, not the connections that they have in life. Someone is possessive. And now I feel like you've released yourself from this, but there could be some instability regarding finances as you are trying to move forward to make this move. You got to spend money to, pay your deposit, pay your bills, transfer everything, you're just taking care of everything concerning your home. You could be opening a bank account here, opening a savings account. People could be coming up to you within your family, or there could be some people that you used to know that's viewing you as like a damn ATM. Maybe once upon a time you helped them with some money, but now you're keeping to yourself. You are aware of this energy. But it's interesting that it popped up for you both. Let's put that back. Hey, girl. Okay, I'll write your question down. Well, actually, let me just do it while I see it. Might as well. So she's a Cancer. Thank you so much, girl. I'm freeing myself from a karmic connection. How's the future dating world looking? Okay. Thank you for allowing me to pause Kitty's Crafts. And back to what I was saying to you, baby. So I feel like right now there are a lot of situations that you have ran away from, to put it lightly, because no one was maturing. The relationship wasn't growing. You guys weren't helping each other grow. It created more sadness than happiness. It just left you feeling empty. You could be, dealing with lingering sadness over those that may have abandoned you. It could go many different ways here. But now you're feeling a little bit stuck. You're ready to make this move, and there could be some things outside of your control that's keeping you in one place longer than you had anticipated. And now, because of this delay, there could be some things outside of yourself, external to you, external influences, as well as other people negatively influencing how you're feeling presently, causing a lot of discord, causing a lot of chaos, being defensive with you when there's no need to be. There's a lot of clashing here. And you may feel like there are so many things that, you definitely didn't plan to come up or have to deal with, that seems to be getting in the way of making this a smooth and quick transition. But you're not putting time into these relationships anymore where, people are greedy, possessive, materialistic, deceptive. You are liberating yourself. And now the sun is shining down upon you. You start to see things finally fall into place. You are free. You are basking in the sunlight, listening to the birds chirp, looking at the beauty of the trees and the lush vegetation that surrounds you when you make this move around your home. You could even pick up gardening, start putting flowers around, making that home your own, decorating, going out with friends, enjoying yourself, finally feeling happy now that all of this chaos has been done away with, all because you chose to stop putting time into some of these relationships you may have been in for a long, long time. You're not putting any more. Now you're putting that time into yourself, and it shows. You definitely could have dealt with some heartbreak, people saying things to hurt you, to cut you, keep you stuck. Could be a relationship specifically, or a marriage, or just people in general around you. Family members, friendships, you could have done away with everything, everyone. You don't want to be in the same town where everyone knows everyone, or where, you're just familiar with everything now, because no one was getting along here. Even when people were right there with you, you still felt lonely, or they made you feel as such. Because I feel like, you have a pretty good sense of who you are, and you love who you are. But everyone else is not going with the program. You could have been dealing with people who drink, or they're just miserable. Misery loves company, but you're not involved in that anymore. You may have tried to support them, to help them even, but they never appreciated it, and they never did anything to fix it. Definitely could be family references, could be landlord. Maybe you're dealing with a shitty one and going into a situation where one is actually abiding by the laws. And, you could be dealing with marriages, family situations, especially a fatherly figure or a Taurus here, where this person was just manipulative and abusive. They may have manipulated you into wanting to help them because they took your kindness for weakness. And instead of, reevaluating that distorted perception of theirs, they decided to profit off of it. Take advantage of your kind nature. There's someone here that's very controlling, and they are very rebellious. Now you are not doing what you've always done. You're breaking barriers. With leaps and bounds, you are making your way away from this. You're dropping a zero and accepting that you are the hero. You're not giving them any more money. The manipulations don't work anymore. They're flashy things, or if they try to use money, hold it over your head, or maybe even withhold the money to hold it over your head, thinking that you won't be able to make it on your own. Well, now they realize that, yes, you are capable of doing so on your own, and you are doing it. And when it's done, you won't ever have to look back again. You won't ever have to feel all of these things that you are currently processing. Even jobs here where they didn't appreciate your expertise, your skills, your work ethic, even the years you may have put into an establishment here. You've let that go. And this Nine of Swords reversed, just be wary of people who tell you what you want to hear, or who try to tell you what they think you want to hear. Be wary of that. Expect that. Because now that you're happy, which is, it goes back to this, when you rewatch the replay, you'll see what I'm saying. Because we talked about this earlier about how as we are glowing up and leveling up, there are going to be people that will come at us trying to send psychic attack, trying to distract us, trying to knock us off course, trying to stop us, block us, trying to manipulate our minds by any means necessary. Be sure that you don't allow your mind or the things that other people have to say, don't allow these things to take away from this, because that's all that they're trying to do with every harsh thing that they say, any jab that they take at you, slick remark. Don't allow yourself to succumb to anxiety. I think you'll finally reach a point where you will realize that maybe at one point in time in your life, you were viewing some of these problems that you have currently overcome to be much greater than they really were. And you had that realization, and now you've liberated yourself. You've liberated yourself from this depression, from this deception. And you are abundant. There are opportunities coming your way. This is also me coming to Australia, because Capricorn in this bitch and Virgo rising. What's up, girl? We about to do this RV trip and shit. Right? Like, I feel like this is, when you finally get inside your home, you sage it up, you start to decorate, you regain the sense of stability that you've been kind of just, time feels like it's probably moving by hella slow. You just want it to happen today. But once you get it, girl, I'm telling you, money and home is nothing of concern for you, because you are abundant. You are maintaining your nurturing, kind, loving nature. You are remaining grounded. And for that, the sun will continue to shine down upon you. Something told me to look under that Queen of Pentacles. I already knew it. The world. So we already talked about your move. I don't need to reiterate that. But now that these cycles are complete, the world is in your hands. You can create, and through that creation, through your passions, you will be able to see success. Everything will start to fall in place. You will find that missing puzzle piece. And once you see that whole picture, you'll realize that it was all worth it. Because this is yours. And that's funny how I brought up that RV trip, right, girl? Remember how I brought that up before I even moved this away? And I said, this is probably me. Girl, I'll see you soon, girl. Maybe not too soon, but you know, if I can get some more damn members and private readings sold and, you know, people getting tarot classes and merch and shit, girl, I'm about to push all this shit. I'm going to meet all my Lotus squads, but especially you, baby girl. I cannot wait to see your new home and just to be able to, you know, be able to meet you, girl. Meet all of y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Now, let's be, who is a Cancer. Okay, we on a roll tonight. I'm liking this. Y'all keep this shit up. Just keep getting readings every day for no reason. Just say, hey, I just wanted another reading. Hey, what's going on, Lotus Squad? You know, those of you who are watching, y'all don't be afraid to super chat. You don't have to get $20 reading. You can just drop like $5 or like, you know, hey, Mr. Lotus, I love you. Here's some money. Hey, Mr. Lotus, I love you so much, and I love the Lotus Squad so much that I'm going to become a member, because $5 a month really ain't shit. If I could have 5,000 people become members and stay members for a year, for however long they want to stay members for, subscribing to me is less than subscribing to Netflix, by the way, but if I had 5,000 people, not only would I be set for rent and bills and all of that, food, Poppy, getting Poppy some stuff, clothes, all that, equipment for the channel, marketing, revenue. But I get to do giveaways. I get to come visit y'all, do the RV trip, you know, meet and greets, doing conventions, healing sessions. Yo. And this is why I talked about what I talked about earlier today. We have to remind ourselves to be vigilant because we're doing big things. And it's so big that everybody can see it. Even if we try to conceal, you know, all of these good things that's coming our way, everybody sees it because everybody feels it. Everybody feels the shift in us. Everybody sees that we're happy. Everybody sees we get money. Everybody sees we are unbothered by their nonsense. We are undefeated. Maybe I should add that to the title. Energy thieves are lurking. We defeated them bitches. Now, gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for Let's Be, who is a Cancer? How is her future love life looking? And how is... Well, actually, let me ask like this. What message do you have for Let's Be, who is a Cancer? How is her future dating life looking? I love how these cards shuffle. That's one thing I do love about these. Plus, these are the OG cards. Y'all remember this? Little me with the little, you know, the parallel video and shit, all, you know, all new to the game and shit. I was using my phone. I didn't even have my table or my setup yet. That's funny. But I always love these, though. These were actually originally a gift, but the gift I received, this was a long time ago, the gift I received had some cards missing, so I ended up throwing them away. Plus, they were someone else's before mine, and this was before I was, you know, laced up with the knowledge of White Sage and Palo Santo, so I was just like, oh, hell no, I'll just throw these away and get another deck. You know. Now, Let's Be. I see in the recent past, you know, you could have been dealing with some situation here where you were, you know, going out and looking per se, or maybe taking the initiative in certain prospects that may have presented themselves to you, or maybe you just initiated that. But either way, however it applies, I'm just going to try and give you all the scenarios I see through these cards. But I will say this. I love how your cards are coming out too. It's funny. But I do feel like, you know, there's been a lot of frustration, and it could be a lot of sexual frustration for you, girl. that you could be feeling. I mean, you know, not to put you on blast, but don't worry about it. I've been feeling that way too, you know, but you just go ahead and get you some, you know, go online and do what you need to do. But, you know, on a serious note, you know, you're not really going out and putting yourself out there, or maybe you're coming out of a time where you weren't, and maybe you were feeling that way. But there's going to be some delays that you've already come out of here, and you're moving into this Ace of Chalices. So I do see that, you know, new love is there. I see that you are ready and healed to receive genuine love. And I know I heard a card flip. I knew it. I heard it flip. I just didn't see where it flipped. But here's the beautiful thing. And we're going to clarify these two. But the Magician here, honey, you're able to manifest that love into your life because you are living and being in the frequency of love. You see that you have a lot of choices. Let me just tell you this, honey. Although you are ready for love, don't dive into that damn empty pool head, you know, head first. We talked about that on one of my older readings, you know, about how, you know, you ready to dive in, you know, but the pool was empty, you know, and shit. And you thought that they filled the pool up, but they didn't. And then you dived in, but then, you know, then the paramedics came and they're cleaning up the brains and they were like, ma'am, or sir, you know, why did you do this? You know, now you said, well, I was thinking that it was a full pool. Y'all said, you know, that on such and such date, I know I got some brains on the side of the pool, but, you know, if memory serves me right, y'all said on this date and on this time it would be full, but it wasn't. That's the kind of energy here with the Seven of Chalices. That's basically what it is. They told you some shit that wasn't true, or maybe they're concealing some things from you, which is still a lie. Okay, it's still a lie. There are a lot of people that will put on masks to appeal to what you want, which is love. People are going to sniff that out, especially people that do not have good intentions. Don't give your nunu away to people that did not earn it, baby girl. You better buy me a motherfucking steak dinner with lobster, shrimp, crawfish, filet mignon. You better be chivalrous, respectful, honest, mature. Have your own money. Okay. And although you are receiving a lot of offers, you will receive a lot of offers. Be wary of deception, because there are a lot of cheaters out here that will tell you that they're single too. But then you find out all too late, they're just pulling you and dragging you into their bullshit ass games. Take some time to yourself. Figure out what it is that you want in a person first before you look at all these choices, because it will confuse you. People will be able to pretend very well. Now, I will say as a side note, they're not as good as an actor/actress as I am. But, you know, maybe they're a little bit beneath there. You know, they're D-lists, you know, actors, you know, somewhat convincing, you know. But when you're hopeful, when you're optimistic, when you're ready for love, when you're, you know, open and, you know, magnetic and attractive, we attract everything, not just light. So keep that in mind. Okay. But I do see that there's something here. You came out of a situation where, oh yeah, girl, I'm A++ list. People don't know about the A++ list, you know, but that's what I'm telling you. I'm that good that they don't even disclose the tippy top level. That's like the secret, like the Bluminati type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said Bluminati, BLOOMINATI. That's one of my little things that I'm going to put on a motherfucking hoodie or t-shirt because that's cute. Bluminati, because Lotus squat up in this bitch. And yes, we are a part of the Bluminati because we be blooming all over you bitches while y'all wilting. shriveling up, crumbling. We Bluminati, okay? Lotus. Okay, let me stop fucking around. So anyways, girl, you came out of a situation here where you had to make a decision. Or somebody here made a decision. You realized the situation was all sex. I was just about to say that too because I felt that when I saw the Ace of Wands reversed. Somebody wants all sex. All they care about is themselves and what they get in their bottom line. And now you're focused on self-love, self-care, self-confidence. You've already walked down the new path along your crossroad moment. I do see someone coming in with some love here. He may not be, just dramatic and, showy with his love. He may be a little bit more reserved. He may sit back and watch and wait for a little while, but he'll still give as you are giving to him, as you guys take time here. But I'm not sure if it'll be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or just someone who is like this. They don't really jump in head first without sizing everything up and making sure, because I believe that you may meet someone who has been through the very same things that you have, but they are also on the same energy level and frequency of not wanting to become the very thing that hurt them, basically. Instead of becoming a cheater, he has decided to never do that to anyone because he knows how it feels. A mature man, he's a king. But you need to take some time to sift through the deceptive ones. So definitely figure out what it is that you want, what you're looking for, what you will put up with, what you won't put up with, where your boundaries are. Ask a lot of questions. And indirectly, you could get answers to things that you didn't even ask about if you do it right. And I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. I can't explain how because I have my own way, but there are many different ways to do that. It just depends on the situation of how you can kind of indirectly ask something to get an answer to something else, as well as the answer to that specific question without alerting them that you're on to their game. You get what I'm saying? Do things like that. Release yourself from anyone who's just all about one night stands or wanting to push sex or wanting to spend money on you or impress you with money and things or wanting to, wine and dine you. I do see marriage coming up for you too. I also feel like, karmic situations you are released from. You've paid your karmic debt. Karmic relationships are now over. You need to change your attitude. Don't be too hopeful, but also don't be too pessimistic. Pessimistic. The fuck? Pessimistic. I need to go to sleep. I've been on here almost 4 hours or 3.5 hours. Okay, here's the final one. Here's the kicker, Magician. The star reverse. So there could be someone here that it's interesting because it's the star reverse. What a weird energy to come in after all of this stuff that I'm explaining. It's like there's going to be somebody that's pessimistic here. There may be, beware of people who are depressed. Beware of people that do not bring you peace. If you do not feel inner peace or serenity, calmness, comfort around them. I know when first meeting someone, we're not always going to be like, oh, this feels like home. But if these people don't make you feel like home, if there's something underlying that's not right about somebody, you can't put your finger on it, but you feel it. But, because there's no definitive physical proof to show you, hey, this is what happened on paper, so you kind of doubt yourself because you don't want to go in pessimistically. But just keep in mind, you're going to be coming across a lot of unhealed people. Beware of pessimism as you embark on your journey of self-love. Let's say you have multiple choices at one time and all of them, for one reason or another, you're not feeling it. They're not up to your standards. Don't ever settle and don't ever bend on those boundaries and on those, standards. And don't allow the fact that some of those offers will turn out to be duds. Don't allow that to bring you down to this level or to interrupt your peace. Don't allow anyone else to interrupt your peace. there could be someone from the past coming back, and that could be the source of that. I didn't even see that at the bottom of the deck. Someone could be trying to come back to rehash some things, or maybe you have to come back from a trip after visiting someone, wanting to meet them, just to find out that it was a wasted effort. But at least now you know, so you know, you don't have to wonder. Or this could be a situation where, you know, someone from the past, you may have canceled a trip with them or canceled something here. Maybe you're just stuck on something here mentally that someone says to you that's out of line, that is from your past, that you weren't expecting to return. Because they see that you have new opportunities, a new beginning, you are loving yourself. You're healed. Someone doesn't want that. And if they can't have you, then they don't want anyone else to. Don't allow that person to disrupt your peace, and just expect it. So when it comes, you already know, oh, this is what she was talking about. Let me leave that shit alone. And just as an added message, let me just clarify this, and then I gotta go, you guys. Yep, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. And guess what just came out again? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. It came back out again, girl. And it came out sideways. So you know what I say. I already told you about the upright meaning. You're going to end up turning them all down. And that may be a source of, you know, depression or pessimism about your future, or if you'll ever find anyone. But just know, patience is key. Everything works in divine timing, not our timing. And some time to yourself, implementing your boundaries, setting your standards, and not bending on that. You will end up turning this down, but you will be a little confused as to who you should choose. You may get overwhelmed with that. Some people may even try to disrupt your peace that are simply new choices. It doesn't even have to be someone from your past. Maybe someone could be talking to you crazy, talking out of the side of their neck. Or just saying things that, you know, you're kind of like, ugh, or, you know, don't ignore that, girl. Turn them all down, because you're probably going to have to do that at one point in time before you find your Prince Charming. Okay? So, with that being said, once again, thank you to all of you that got one question readings today. That's awesome. And I loved the energy in here. I loved how you guys have always shown your support by liking the stream. I mean, you know, y'all showed out with the likes. I appreciate that. I also appreciate the new member. Thanks again to Nelly. I love you, girl. You showing out, girl. But you know what? I'm just glad that I was able to get the message out to those of you that missed the message in the beginning for the collective. I suggest that you go back and watch it. And, you know, even though you got a one question reading and let's say you missed the collective, still go back and watch it. I mean, you don't have to, but, you know, I think there's something in there that everyone that's in here needs to hear or should hear, you know. But other than that, once again, my tarot classes, for those of you that are interested, we have about 10 seats left, I believe. We already have a couple of seats reserved, and be sure to make your payment for those tarot classes before or on April 30th. The courses will be taking place in May. On May 1st, I will be reaching out to everyone that has paid for their spot in my course, and we'll get together in a private session to figure out everyone's schedules. That way I can come on or, you know, host the class at a compatible time for all of my students. Okay. And keep in mind that's $200 flat, but keep in mind that it's going to be the best money ever spent, because not only do you get the literal meanings of the cards upright and reversed, but you will have access to all of your lessons for a lifetime. And you will also get some of Lotus tips, tricks, and secrets for reading tarot that probably other tarot readers would lace you up with. So it will be well worth the lessons. It is going to be a 7-day crash course, but each day we will cover a specific topic and go over the different applications. Also, to those of you that have already booked private readings with me and you're waiting for a recorded one, just be patient with me. I will reach out to you with your booking date and time once I sift through all the ones that have already been booked. And also, thanks again to those of you that have liked, commented, and shared. Thanks to all of my moderators. You guys have been awesome. And yeah, think that's about it, y'all. But until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Love y'all. And I'm sorry, Ronald, you caught me too late, but I will see you next time. Go back and watch the collective reading, though. I'm sure you'll